Hello, my little nerds and nerdettes. Please join us for another episode of Dungeon
Dungeon
Crawlers. Oh yeah, me. Where you join us for another night of debauchery,
Woohoo, debauchery,
foolhardiness,
yeah.
and possible death and decapitation, all on the menu.
TPK.
Just kidding. TPK. No,
Yeah.
you join the party where they left off at the Beans. You guys had kind of made your way around yesterday, run into some familiar faces, had some conversations, um, made your way through a little bit of a dreamscape where a little bit of a lore dump kind of happened. Semi-lore dump. The party learns more about themselves and more about other members of the group. You managed to get a hold of what? 3 adventuring amulets and actually 4. You got 3 silvers and 1 bronze. You guys were able to kind of get your hands on that, had a little conversation with Mr. or the Beans, um, figuring out kind of what you needed, where you were going, and what needed to be done. It came to the conclusion that you guys were possibly looking at going down a mine shaft to figure out how to free up the family mine shaft that had been handed down for generations through the Beans, that had been shut down, you know, several months earlier because of some kind of monster infestation and lack of contract and a bunch of, mumbo jumbo that the party just didn't really care about. Um, so you kind of find yourselves the night before, um, getting ready to bed down, where some of the members had kind of taken off on their own. Axel and Nova had stepped aside, which led to kind of a dream of sorts, where information was kind of seeped through and given. Um, Upon coming out of this sleep coma dream atmosphere, Axel, you kind of look up to see Nova with, like looking at you in kind of like a relieved fashion, like she just let you know what was happening. But tears are streaming down her face, and that's where we're gonna start tonight.
I will very quickly swing my legs around to the edge of the bed to get into a better seating position and sort of like hold my hand in hers like, hey, you okay?
Before I answer that, Ginge,
Yes,
I wouldn't know why I was crying, right?
you would. I mean, you wouldn't know why you were crying, but you saw that flash of those images at the very end.
So, point of clarity,
Yes.
is it because of the motherly figure
Um,
or just the town? Because it's important to know, because there's not necessarily a strong emotional attachment to the mother figure.
it's a bit of both. It's more, the way to describe it would be, even without the emotional attachment, the strong emotional attachment, you still grew up there. It's still familiar
Still
to
my
you,
people.
and it's still jarring.
Okay.
Yeah. So take that and kind of perceive that how Nova would take that.
So it might have been. So I would almost kind of like out of character, I guess. I'm kind of gonna say that there might be a little bit of influence from Anari on that connection, because she also had an attachment to Nova's mother. But okay. I think I got a good idea then. So I'm just gonna kind of furrow my brows, a little bit confused at what I saw, and look at Axel. I don't know what that was. At the end there, what you saw, I don't. That's not a memory of mine.
I was gonna say, you saw the same thing that I did at the end there.
I did. I don't know what that is, though. If that's
It wasn't like that when you were last there.
no.
So, do you think what we saw was a vision of the future, or something that's already happened?
Ginge, would I have a sense of knowing if it was a vision of the future? I wouldn't know. Okay, so I'm
Nope.
not sure. So I'm just
Yeah,
gonna.
very, very unfamiliar. From what you could tell, obviously the village looked different from when you last remember it. Like when you were last there, obviously. So it looks like it's aged, been around, since you left, but you're not sure if this is far future, current, 3 days, unsure.
So just pausing. I'm gonna be deep in thought, trying to figure out if I can perceive, if I know what that vision is about, and kind of come up short. So I'm just gonna really slowly shake my head. I don't know if it's for the future or if it's something that's already happened. I don't know what it means.
That's okay. You're all right, right?
A little exhausted, and it's a little jarring. I've never had anything like that enter my mind before. It's always been things in the past. I've never seen anything that was of mine that could have been from something else. I don't really know how to feel about it.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna let out a really long sigh. I guess just another thing to add to the agenda that we already have. Just figure out if something's happening there.
It's like you said a few nights ago, huh? One thing after the other.
Yeah, and everything seems to always happen all at the same time. Like, we have things that we need to worry about right now here, and in the wastelands maybe. Bira is just not anywhere near any of that. And then I'm gonna kind of switch and look up at you. So everything else that you saw was, I wanted to show you because I hadn't really talked to you about it before, and why on some level I understand the struggle that you go through with fighting something within yourself, because I have to kind of do the same thing. Not nearly the level that you do, but I just wanted you to understand.
Sort of takes a few moments to think. Looks down at the ground, sort of at his feet. And he stays silent for a little bit, before eventually he perks up and he says, Nova, can I tell you something?
Of course you can.
He starts like twiddling his thumbs a little. When I was defeated by Zadrax, I was ready to give up on swordsmanship. And just when I thought that I had found something that could give me some semblance of peace of mind, it was shattered. instantaneously. There were days I almost didn't want to wake up,
Yeah.
Days where I hated myself. Days where I sometimes wish I had never been woken up. Because at least then I wouldn't have had to go through everything that I did. I could just be numb to everything and out of control, and who knows, maybe that would have been better. He pauses again. But he sort of gets like a somber smile on his face. But after I met you, there hasn't been a day like that since. Traveling together, getting up to who knows what. It's made me more fulfilled than I ever have been before. I cherish swordsmanship, but if I ever had to make the choice to give it up in order to continue being next to you, I would do it in a heartbeat. Because while I saved you physically, you saved me in every other way. And you did that all on your own. No magic, no spirit connection or anything. You did it just by being here for me. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Your name meaning star and all. Because to me, you're the brightest star that there is.
I'm gonna have a really big smile on my face when you say that, and I'm gonna squeeze your hand. Well, you did for me too. I kinda was just going through the motions of just living a life I didn't understand and didn't really feel like I had a purpose or there wasn't any meaning in anything. And then you came along and everything changed. And I thank you for that.
He sort of starts wiping one of his eyes with the back of his hand. Whenever you're feeling down, you just come to me. Cause I'm gonna find a sword technique so strong that it can even slash bad thoughts away. And you can count on it.
If anybody could, I know you could. I'm gonna get up from kneeling on the floor and sit on the bed next to you and give you a really big, tight hug.
He reciprocates.
And then I'm feeling get a like flash of moment of when you know or when Axel had met with Inari. And I'm gonna get kind of a I guess I wouldn't be a smirk. I guess kind of a smirk. And I'm gonna scratch behind your ear. I'm supposed to be the only one that can do that. I'm gonna let that one slide.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stand up and still looking at you. Thank you for letting me share. I know you kind of did that before when you let me go into your dreams and see what you're facing, but it really is a big weight lifted that you know kind of a little bit about where I came from and what happened and what I'm struggling with in my head all the time.
If you were the only one that I could allow in my head, I'd do it.
Well, as long as I can help it. Not gonna let anybody else in there. I'm gonna walk over to my bed and kind of like do like the hop. I don't know how to explain it. You know when you like hop into bed butt first and kind of just like flop back? I'm literally gonna do that. Let out another big sigh of like relief feeling that weight lifted. All right, well, that was exhausting, and I need sleep.
Sounds good.
Night, night, Axel.
Good night. Before he falls asleep, he'll sort of reach over next to him where his pack is and take out his swordsmanship manual. Without opening it, he just gazes at the front cover and mutters really quietly so that only he can hear it. And he says, "A means to slash even sadness away. I'm gonna find it." Before putting it back and going to sleep.
Heartwarming.
Okay. As Nova and Axel have a heart-to-heart, and the words are inscribed into Axel's head as he lays down thinking of the events. Is anybody else doing anything before they pass out for the night? Okay. Everybody finds comfort and solace in the beds, rooms, couches, whatever it is that you guys lay your head for the night, as a deep sleep takes you all. And you all get a long rest. As the morning sun kind of doesn't really find you because you're in a giant cave / hanging rock. But the feeling of morning comes as you do kind of feel the warmth of the day, and what you think is daylight gets let in. As each one of you guys kind of come to slowly or not, up to you. But the day is yours to do with what you want.
Hitting them early warm-ups.
Okay. Strat immediately out of bed, doing pull-ups to sit-ups to lunges to upside down push-ups to lat traps to just going through the motions, getting that warm-up in for the day.
Then finishing off with my trademark moving meditation.
Okay.
Someone looks
roll-
ready to fight today. Punch something.
He is hoping. Like to test my. I don't know. I feel
mind?
different. You know,
What do you mean?
somehow. I mean, even with the weight of this contract over my head, I don't know. It's like somehow I'm more sure about some things.
You're
Like-
always sure of things.
I don't know. I
You've
just
always
can't.
known.
I can't explain it.
You're the one that always has a direction, knows what you want to be.
I mean, nah. I mean, yeah, you're right. I guess.
I think a good fight will clear your mind a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The mind should be fun.
As
It's
long
been
as
a
I
while
can-
since we've just gone out there to, fuck
Fuck.
shit up.
Exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth.
I was reading through my spells this morning. There's too many to keep track of. I'm worried I'm not going to be able to pull the right one out when you need it, No, you don't, but... Believe me, it's
Well,
tough to
I
keep
mean-
track of all this stuff.
I kind of see what you mean. So, but sometimes, you in the heat of the moment, you just gotta Work with what you got. You can never make a plan for everything that an opponent might do.
Well,
So
I got
it's
one
up
that
to
should
you
make
to.
you. I got one that should make you punch extra fast, and I'm casting it on you this time.
Oh, extra fast, you say? Well, speed is part of power, I suppose.
You at least.
Either way.
You're
Let's
taking
go
down people
see.
twice your size.
That's not wrong. Not wrong about that. Anyway, shall we see what's the plan?
Yeah, she'll let out one more yawn. And
Lead the way.
Suppose we'll head downstairs.
yeah, you're wide awake, but you can tell Sophia just woke up and is
You
Go downstairs and see what's the hips, what's the haps,
Okay.
with the rest of the crew.
You go downstairs to find Evelyn kind of hanging out in the living room area. That's where she kind of last did her meditation / just hanging out. She's still very focused on the plant in the corner. Evelyn, I will say this morning, I'm going to assume you checked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is mostly into the green bean at this point.
Imagine if that was your stomach.
But it is mostly in minus maybe like just a tip of like the head part. You're not, yeah. It's very odd looking. KB, you would have, I think you stayed down there in that living room area as well.
Yep.
Okay. They left very early, but I will say that you did kind of catch them as they left out the door. They left, the beans left the note on the table, and took off rather early this morning.
Yeah, I think I would just try to see if I could get back to sleep, or at the very least, kind of lay there and just uh, meditate till everyone was up. Maybe this is familiar to you guys, but you ever just like wake up and you know you're not going to fall back asleep, but you just lay in your bed for like
Eyes
until someone
closed,
forces you to get
frustrated.
up? Yeah. Yeah, well, like in the morning, like on the weekend, like not even frustrated, just like I'm just gonna stay here as long as I can. I'm
You're like,
warm,
I
I'm
don't have to
comfy.
wake up, so I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not asleep, but I don't have to get up. I'm just gonna lay perfectly still until I have to do something.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who does it.
Oh no, you're
Every
not the
morning.
only one.
Every morning. You lay there for about an hour-ish until you start to get kind of frustrated. Ugh. And you hear, like, you're right at that cusp where you do start to get a little tired, and you're like, ooh, I might actually pass out again. And you hear, oh, you just hear, you just like the sound of somebody doing push-ups, and then all of a sudden it gets quiet for like 3 seconds, and then you hear like creaking of wood, and then somebody jumps onto the floor. Okay, now all of a sudden somebody's jumping up and down. Oh, must be doing jumping jacks. That's got to be patience. Patience is up. God damn it. And you just hear this full routine for a solid hour.
God damn it, patience.
And about hour and 10 minutes go by. That 10 minutes later, after that hour, you hear Patience and Sophia coming down the stairs.
I'd look at the note if Nova and KB taking a look at it. Yeah.
Evelyn.
What
Yeah.
it says, all it says is, help yourself to breakfast this morning. We will be gone most of the day. Please close your door on the way out. It will lock. Good luck.
So I'll help yourself to breakfast. Will do. Set the note back down. I'm gonna go find some of that delicious sourdough bread.
Yeah, it's sitting right there on the counter. There's another fresh loaf.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have any like
Or-
jam to put on it?
They've got like some marmalade.
Sourdough
Isn't
and
it?
jam is phenomenal.
It is. I will actually agree
Sourdough
with you.
marmalade is really good.
Um,
Especially if it's
but
orange marmalade. Oh.
Yeah, they got like some some jam or marmalade of some kind sitting on the counter. You begin to rip into the sourdough. Several moments later, I'm going to assume Nova and Axel, you will have woken up by now. Or you guys just kind of lazily making your way up for the morning.
Yeah, no, I'd wake up probably normal time. Feel refreshed. Not exhausted anymore.
I don't really have experience in this sort of thing, but I could do it.
And what are you doing over there?
You're up.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Sleep good?
Yeah,
So did I.
I'm glad.
No bad nightmares?
None tonight.
Good. I'm gonna stretch all the way down to my toes. Oh man, I can't even imagine what today's gonna bring. To the mine? Not to the mine? Is our friend gonna call?
Right, we're still missing 2 to 3 permits.
Oh, that too. I feel like we can get around that. Being that.
But I think I have the first item that we could tackle. If you'd be willing to help.
Of course.
Good. Wait right here. You see him. He goes over to the doorway where the demiplane opens it. Once I'm outside, Ginge, I'm not stepping anywhere except just the entrance. I will spread out the portable hole and take out the dagger, still wrapped in cloth.
Okay.
And I'll fold the portable hole back up, put it away, and head back into the demiplane.
Okay.
Oh,
Make
boy.
a saving throw. No, I'm just kidding.
It's wrapped in cloth.
Guess what? No, I'm just kidding. Yep. No, you managed to grab the dagger and
Good job, stupid.
You slaughter everybody in the bean house. No, you said you're taking a step into the demiplane.
Yeah, back into the demiplane.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, for point of reference, because I hadn't noticed it before, when he stepped outside, doesn't the door close? Would I witness? Like, what would that look like?
Not unless I erase the chalk marks.
Oh,
Correct.
I thought it just, like, closed.
I can close it from the inside, not the outside.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Correct.
Intriguing.
So you are standing in the demiplane.
Yeah, when he comes back in, you see him holding the familiar bundle of cloth.
Is that what I think it is?
Mm.
What's your plan with that?
Well, the other 4 said that there was some sort of malevolent presence trapped inside it, right?
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Well, I think I've never really communed with a weapon like this before, but I think I should be able to enter a contest of wills with it, and if everything goes successfully, I should be able to subdue it.
Oh, I'm up for this. So you
Um,
need me to calm
it would
you.
go a lot. It would probably go a lot more successfully if not only did you guide me with your magic, but you also helped me physically.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Guess let's just take a seat in the middle here.
I will sit with you in the middle, and I will prepare to cast guidance on you when you request.
And then the second part he was mentioning, while you're still concentrating on guidance, you can give me the help action, so I'll have advantage and a plus d4.
Hell yeah! Okay, so I'll prepare to cast guidance as well as provide the help action when he requests it.
He will unwrap just the handle portion. He won't grab onto it yet, but he will unwrap the handle portion, looks at you and says, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, fire it off.
I will touch your arm, cast guidance, and offer the help action.
And I will grab the unwrapped portion of the dagger now, the handle.
Okay.
Now, typically, with sentient magic items, you know, charisma is not only just like your appearance and your influence, it's also your force of will, right? The extent to which you're able to influence your willpower or exert your willpower on other people. So I want to attempt to have a contested charisma check against this thing to see if I can enforce my personality over its personality.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if I had known it was charisma, my charisma is really high. You should
True,
be fine, though.
but he would have said, if you would have suggested it, he would have said, well, if you do that, then it'll probably listen to you, but it probably won't listen to me.
Very true.
It's gonna get weird because I have some questions here. Because if she's taking the help action, is she, as you touch this blade, is she only giving you guidance, or how is she helping you?
That's a good question.
I picture it something like she can hold on to me and use her magical influence to exert an enhanced level of willpower.
Okay.
So yeah, guidance gives a plus d4 over the next minute
Correct.
to any ability
Right.
check.
And while
Correct.
she's concentrating on that
The
spell,
help,
she can
that's
give me...
concentration, and while she's doing that, she can use the help action to
Yeah.
give him advantage on ability checks.
So, and there's a reason I ask. So,
You're basically
because
looking for clarification, like, what would my helping be? Aside from guidance, you're asking, how am I helping?
correct,
Yeah.
and among many other things, and we'll see how this goes. So, as you reach out and you grab the blade, you feel a thirst. Like, immediately, you feel a thirst. And you kind of take the blade, and it feels a very well done blade, almost possibly elven, maybe dwarven a little bit, and you're kind of admiring the work as you kind of draw, and you do like a sweeping motion, kind of like, ooh, feels really nice for a dagger. And you kind of twirl it, and you feel the thirst kind of start to quell up a little bit more. And you're okay. You start kind of preparing yourself. And granted, now this is all happening within like 5 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
You feel the thirst, just like almost like you're filling a glass. You can just kind of feel it begin to come up, and you're kind of like trying to prepare yourself. You're trying to mentally prepare yourself for what is to come. And Nova, because you're touching Axel to cast guidance, and you're giving that mental guidance to him, you kind of feel this as well as the hair bristles on his back. And I'm going to go about this in 2 different ways. At first, you feel something not reach out towards your mind, but almost like involuntary, like you feel your body, like you want you like you need to cut something, you need to slice something. You need to see blood, and you kind of like pull your hand back, and you feel yourself like go against it. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Axel,
Sure. 14.
14. Okay.
14.
I can't find it in my notes either, which is awesome. I don't remember what the DC used to be. um, but
Guidance only works for ability checks, right? Yeah, not saving throws.
correct. At the same time, Nova, you feel the influence guide itself through Axel and towards you. Make a wisdom saving throw as well.
I have advantage on wisdom saving throws. I will roll with advantage. 16 and an 8, so 16.
Okay. It doesn't immediately take you over, Axel, but you feel the influence reach deeper into your mind. And you go to lunge at Nova. And Nova, you kind of sense the body tense up as Axel begins to lose control. Axel, in this moment of clarity, Nova kind of hand resting on your back. You didn't fail. You kind of met that midway point that you're able to hold on and not stab. Just start stabbing Nova as you feel this bloodlust. And you feel something come through the blade. And when I describe sentient, it's hard because Axel's never run into a sentient sword, being, anything like that. So none of you would know how that
Well,
feels.
I'm trying to remember when we did it. When I had this happen, I don't even remember it.
Yeah.
I was just standing there in the street, and then all of a sudden
just
I was
took
holding
over.
the blade, having stabbed somebody. Yeah.
And you
think
begin
he's
to.
describing this as different because Axel's actually trying to subdue the
It's a-
force in it
it's
as
a-
opposed to just being overtaken by it.
Well, no, I was specifying whether or not we had felt something like this in our mind
Oh,
before.
Yeah. You're right.
Yes.
So none of us
You
would
would've-
have experienced that.
You would, well, not to this extent. You would have felt the bloodlust. Almost like you were watching yourself through a window, but blacked out.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes
Like
sense.
you kind of knew it was happening, but you had no control. But Axel, you feel this bloodlust and this instant need to satisfy that bloodlust. And as you start to black out, the sentient being, it's not sentient. It's sentient, but it's not. It's crazed, maniacal, insane, and mad. Just absolutely, like, it makes, as you try to force your will on this sentient being, it's like grabbing onto a greased pig. You try to reason with it, you try to enforce, and it just constantly keeps battering around. Make another wisdom saving throw. And then you said that it's charisma if you're trying to force it onto this being, right?
Natural 20 on the wisdom saving throw.
Let's go. Okay.
And yeah, it's like a contested charisma check. This is actually in the rules for sentient magic items.
Yep. So roll your charisma to see if you can't force it on him. Ooh.
Alrighty. 6, D4, where are you? So 19 total.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Yeah. As you feel strong in this moment with Nova guiding you behind, and you reach out to force your will upon this dagger, and the moment you feel like you have a lock on the consciousness or the existence of this thing, it moves, shifts, and comes at you with a force stronger than before. The bloodlust is 2 times what it was before, and you feel yourself losing grip. Because I already did the wisdom saving throw, you won't have this one. But the next round, you'll have another wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I'll wrap it back up.
Okay. So, as you go to pull your hand away, it tries to grasp you one more time.
Oh my goodness.
Make a wisdom saving throw. And this time, it's a straight roll, even with Nova's guidance.
Well, it's a saving throw, so he doesn't get guidance on it anymore.
Oh, well, even with her help action,
Natural 20 again.
let's go.
Yeah!
You feel the bloodlust curdle 2 times, and you begin to vision blacks out. And you feel yourself starting to like kind of turn in her direction, and the body tenses, and immediately with the last grasp of mental fortitude, you let go of the dagger and take a step back. As you release the dagger and it clangs to the ground in front of you, the last, like as it rolls off your fingertips, you just hear this maniacal, cackling, sadistic laughing. And you have a feeling that was whatever was locked within this blade might have been human. Probably not.
Doesn't
Yeah,
seem like you can
I'll,
reason with it.
I'll grab the cloth and wrap it back up.
Okay.
While being extra careful to not touch it directly.
Okay, make a dexterity check to see how careful you are. No, I'm just kidding. God dang it, stupid freaking ladybugs. Yeah, you wrap the dagger back up, and place, and you're now holding it wrapped up cleanly within the cloth. And as you turn to kind of have a conversation with Nova, you notice the brow and kind of the fur around Axel's face, his neck, and even the sides of his lip. He looks, if a Knoll could look, he looks almost pale, and he's kind of like a little bit sweaty.
Look at concern.
Corvera.
It didn't go well.
Yeah, it's a fickle one.
Yeah, I could feel the whatever rage and I don't know, whatever's in that is not good. I could feel the struggle with it.
Even so, I refuse to give up on it. Every blade has its worth in its world. Has its worth in this world.
Oh, we
And they
can
each have a
definitely try
song, and it's my job as a swordsman to help them sing it.
No, we won't give up. Seemed like you were pretty close. Maybe next time it'll go a little better, or it won't fight as hard.
Gives a big smile. Of course. I'm the Sage of Swords. There's not a blade around that I can't tame.
Exactly.
Especially not with the brightest star around guiding me.
I'm gonna chuckle and smile. Well, we'll keep trying until we get it.
Absolutely. Suppose we should tackle the second thing on our list. And I'll take out the communication stone and I'll attempt to contact Arya.
Okay.
Oh man, the old bat. I'm gonna roll my eyes. So I'm just not a fan.
I know, but I tried to call in a favor because I figured we'd need it.
What?
It's me again, and Nova's also
I
here.
kind of figured nobody calls us early in the morning, and just what?
Yeah, Nova is also here. I was
Great.
Hello
I
to
was
you too.
checking. I was checking for an update on what I told you about.
Uh, jog my memory again. I had a lot on my plate.
We managed to get 3 silver rank adventurers passes, but I think we each need one to enter the mine, correct?
Yeah, that's
Well,
usually how that stuff works.
there's 6 of us now, so
Okay, and
I asked you to see if you could pull some strings and maybe get a few.
I pulled some strings, and it was a no. I was told flat out that some individuals were already given ranks higher than what were deserved. They hadn't taken the test, and an individual had been fired. I'm going to assume that was you. But on the off chance that it wasn't, I would say your best bet is to go back, take their stupid test, and get down it that way. Or, if you have the means, sneak in.
You're awfully
mean-
helpful.
Alright. I'm going to assume that's the little princess talking in the background. I have a lot going on right now. You stirred up quite the mess here. You do realize that I'm watching 3 Knoll packs move through the desert around Voyaris. Voyaris currently is militarizing some kind of army that is quite hefty. And they've come into contact with some machinery, and they've also learned how to make Tellarite into some form of cannon. We also have... Oh man, let's see. Kaylor had a recent assassination attempt that was successful, and the city is now on lockdown. Omira is just had their fall bash, and assassination attempts were made at that as well. Several individuals were poisoned. Urgos, the Twilight Hunt, is gearing up for a expedition into one of the greater dungeons in the area. A small civilization slash town was burned down on the outskirts of the Shattered Vale. Bayar was invaded by a pack of gnolls and was almost razed to the ground. Thankfully, we had some high-ranking adventurers in the area that were able to keep tabs and squash that. We also have some reports of Tyrell. The magical academy up there has gone into a lockdown, and we don't know why. So, what have you done?
Hey, wait, hold on. We'll rewind. Which settlement on the outskirts of the Shattered Vale?
I, one of them. I don't know. I haven't gotten a name of the town yet.
Approximately, where was it located?
Somewhere on the outskirts of the Shattered Vale.
That's all the intel you have? Not even like a general direction?
For somebody
Just
that's
found out.
only watching that one thing and can't help with something you'd think would be really easy for nobility, who happens to be our employer, to do.
Yes.
You don't
Also,
know much.
an assassination attempt was made against me because you guys. So, currently dealing with Donovan and his dipshits. So I kind of had to move my house a little bit.
Picking, or literally just because of wanting to say it and knowing it from Axel saying it all the time, Nova's gonna whisper a Fazneliza under her breath and say, dried up old rag.
Stupid little see-through princess. talk to me like that.
Anyway, all right.
When I
Well,
figure out where the town is, all I know is it's north of Bayar somewhere, closer to the Shattered Vale. It's one of them. It was some small village that nobody really knew much about, and it was razed to the ground. No survivors. Nobody can find anything. It just disappeared.
When was it razed to the ground?
Last night.
I'm gonna,
north of Bayar. I'm gonna sort of like look at Nova like, yeah.
I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna be looking at the ground, like completely lost in my mind at the moment.
There's also some form of sea creature that seems to be making its way through the Serpent Strait and has been single-handedly wiping out ships left and right.
And that's why you don't name a strait the Serpent Strait.
So it's been rather interesting. The citizens of Ion Shatar have gone quiet and have gone back to their little island, weirdly enough. A lot of people holding up. So when I know more, I'll let you know more. That's why I hadn't said anything, because a lot going on with a lot of little answers.
No, thank you for telling us it was north of Bayar. I think we can narrow it down from there. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we'll figure out the past thing. Don't worry about it. Thank you for trying, though. He's
You're
instantly
welcome.
taking like a more passive, appreciative stance to try and diffuse the situation.
If it was me, I would... Excuse me, sometimes my voice gets out of bent there. If it was me, I would look into sneaking them in. You all know how dwarves and gnomes work. They live long, stupid lives, so everything takes a long time to get there. Your best bet, if you already have 3 tokens, is find some way to sneak in. Whether it be invisible, whether it be paying off the guards, whether it be... I don't know, I thought you had some girl that could turn into animals. Stick her into a pocket. I don't know. Get creative.
Yeah. We have options. We'll explore them.
You're welcome. Also, you guys are doing really good. I've heard good things. Keep it up. God, they made me nauseous. Okay, I'm going. Bye. And the call ends.
Until didn't even let me finish. I'll put it away and quickly look concernedly towards Nova. You okay?
It's gone last night. She said last night.
She said north of Bayar, so I think that narrows it down.
So what we saw was happening.
In real time.
I'd be kind of lost for words. And then I'm just gonna shake it off. Well, nothing that can be done about it now, I guess, right? Move on.
A Fosnilazar! If it was just the 2 of us again, we'd be able to move much faster. Instead, we got these 4 stooges, always getting us into shit.
Sorry, that's out of character laughter.
If we had all left Uferin's office when I suggested we leave, we probably wouldn't have even run into her.
if we hadn't come here.
And now we're embroiled in this mess. I could care less about me, but now I gotta work twice as hard just to get you out of it.
We don't have to stay, but we said we'd help the beams, and to be honest, I really kind of want to. I don't really know what to do about Bira. She did say that there were no survivors. That could be an assumption that there's nobody left. Maybe there is. I really don't know what to do.
The perpetrators are left, obviously.
I don't know who would do that. Just a quiet community. It had its issues, but we all kept to ourselves and just, I mean, we didn't even bother any other towns. We never left. I don't know why.
That's
anybody
exactly
would
what I'm
bother.
saying. Pool your information together and think about it from the other way around. If you didn't have contact with any other villages, then who was it?
I don't know.
He sort of he walks forward a little bit and he flicks you on the forehead. Kind of sharply. It kind of stings a little.
Do you think Knowles maybe?
Someone from the inside.
No.
You
That
don't
wouldn't-
think?
That wouldn't make any sense.
Says who?
They're peaceful people there. Even, I mean, I know you saw some of it, so maybe you're thinking, based on what you saw, there might be something behind that, but
I'm
I
not
mean, you're the
thinking with
seers.
emotions. Just like you shouldn't be right now.
There's nobody in Bira who would do that. It doesn't make any sense. That community, regardless of what happens sometimes, all takes care of each other. I just couldn't see somebody inside doing anything. And Axel will definitely get the sense that it very much could be like being clouded by emotions, or just that denial of, yeah, I left my town because of what happened, but you can see that there's, or can at least tell by how she's talking about it, that there's a level of denial about some aspects of it, perhaps. Based on, and I guess because we didn't really go on into it, based on your knowledge of what you experienced in the memories she showed to you, there was a complete and utter trust in the seers. There was at no point any level of doubt or distrust in them in any form. It was a full, what they say is truth, they're good, they are to be trusted. You would have gotten that feeling even from what may have looked like disturbing images or thoughts or feelings that they evoked as part of their trials, or even the way that they looked. There was never a feeling of distrust.
He sort of kneels down next to you, and he very, with his thumb, he very softly starts rubbing the spot where he flicked you. But He looks at you with almost like this intense, like soul-piercing gaze, right in your eyes. Challenge your preconceived notions. I'm only working off of the logic that you provided.
The only wrong ones here in my community are the quarry. And what the seers do and what they've done was to weed out those that were bad. I mean, you got to meet Inari. She seems surface. You know, you'd have to spend more time with her. You know, I've spent many, many years with her in my head. And she seems kind. But that is very much a facade. She wants to get that trust back, that connection back, so that she can take over. The Seers wanted to stop that.
Then it was one of them.
Maybe. I don't know how that'd be possible.
Because you assume they can't come over to here, right?
Right? And even if they had influenced somebody, that's why the Seers do what they do when they do it. So they can find out before something bad happens. Like what almost happened to me.
He turns his back to you and walks over to his bed. Looks and he starts ruffling around in his pack, and as he does, assumptions are the enemy of curiosity. And curiosity is essential to progress.
Someone's been reading the books KB gave them.
I'm gonna kind of ruffle my eyebrows a little bit as you say that.
He turns back. You assume that spirits can't cross over to the material plane. But demons are known to do this sort of thing all the time. Why couldn't they be able to?
I guess it's possible. Just hard to wrap my head around it, but you're right.
Like I said, challenge your preconceived notions.
Kinda give you a slight smile. Alright, Sage of Swords. I'll challenge my preconceived notions. Maybe it was a spirit. And if it was, what are we supposed to do about that?
At the moment, nothing, unless you want to.
I think that I need to think about all of this. It's just a lot all at once, and it's too hard to think about what to do when I'm stuck on what happened. I didn't ever really want to go back there.
thinking is as healthy a choice as any. But I will say that in the wastelands, you're never given time to think. When your whole life is blood and war, you quickly have to come to terms with cold hard reality. And he sort of grins. And a side effect of that is you don't really know how to cheer people up, and you have really pathetic speeches. As I've already expressed.
You do a wonderful job of cheering me up. But we're not going to the wastelands today. So at least I could have today to think about it. Then again, we may not be going to the wastelands at all, if we don't have to.
Then think away. And when you're ready, I'll be here as always, ready to receive your answer.
I'm gonna let out a deep breath, kind of get up and shake, like I'm shaking off the stress and the worry of everything. And I'm gonna walk over and link my arm with yours. Let's go get some breakfast and think about how good the food tastes. That sounds like a better thinking option.
Very well.
Yep. Several moments had passed by during this conversation. Sophia, you had kind of left the group downstairs after shoving probably about a half a loaf of sourdough into your body. Kind of stood up while Patience was still kind of eating. KB was laying on the couch in an annoyed face, closed eyes, trying to ignore the rest of you. Evelyn very much focused on a plant for some odd reason. You walk yourself upstairs back to your room. You take out your loom equipment and all your different colored spools, and you sit down and begin to kind of look through your things. So, some of my, you had said that you wanted to cast augury of clearing out the bean mine and see what appears.
Yep.
The balls of yarn and other items begin to throw themselves towards the tapestry, and you see a dark mine. And located within, you see the grin of Patience holding up what seems to be a dead animal of some sort. And the rest of the group kind of look like they're carving something up or doing some kind of collecting. Kind of looks like a positive thing.
Sophia will return downstairs in probably a slightly peppier mood.
Okay. As you begin to make your way downstairs, Axel and Nova, you guys were outside, correct?
No, we were in the demi-plane, but we are coming into the bean house now.
Okay. So but you guys were outside. The demi-plane was outside, correct?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Take a moment to wipe away the chalk marks, of course, before going in.
Okay. As you guys come around the corner, enter the Beans house, you find Evelyn very engrossed in something in a napkin, and she's constantly, every once in a while, she's like poking it with her finger, and then she's like putting it up to her face, and she's like talking under her breath, and then like poking it again, and then she's like moving it around, and KB is just laying on the couch like so, just closed eye, pursed lips, super annoyed, and he keeps like rolling over onto his side, and then sits there for a little bit, and then he kind of like rolls back, and then like shakes his head, and like rolls again. He just looks really annoyed. Sophia comes walking down the stairs as you two kind of come walking in, and the moment you shut the door and you take like 10 or so steps, you hear on the front door.
After we come inside?
Yep.
I won't
I'll
probably pay any mind to that. I'm gonna walk up to Evelyn.
I'll go and open it.
Okay. So you walk up to Evelyn. We'll have that conversation first.
I'm gonna bring my face down really close to the bean that she's holding up with the plant and kind of like look at it closely.
Yep.
Any progress?
Can I explain the progress to her?
Yeah.
Basically repeat everything that you had said, like how it like at first it didn't seem to do anything, but if you wait and you don't mess with it, it grabs it, and now it's like fusing together. And this is in all the food.
Gross. I'm gonna kind of poke the leaf on it. It's like a little parasitic plant.
Yeah, that everybody's eating.
This can't be in everything that we eat, can it?
It's in a fair amount.
I'm gonna put my hands on my stomach. Do you think that's inside my stomach then?
I mean, I've been trying to purify food and drink, but
Does it only attach to food, or can it attach to other things? Wait, I have an idea.
we need to do an experiment.
I literally, Nova's gonna say, wait, I have an idea. I'm gonna run into the kitchen,
Okay.
go into the fridge, and I'm gonna look for meat, any kind of meat.
There's plenty in there.
I'm gonna quickly pull it out onto the counter and chop off like a little, like quarter-size piece.
Okay. You find like a summer sausage and you cut off like a little end of it, little end piece.
I'm gonna put the rest of it back in the fridge, and I'm gonna run back to Evelyn and like
Okay.
hold the piece of sausage in her face. Try it with this. We need to know, does it fuse with meat? Because then it could like take hold of maybe insides, and that's really concerning.
It's going
I
to
don't-
take time.
I don't want to become a tree.
Have you ever tried being a tree?
No, but I don't really want to be one. And if this thing roots in stuff, it probably grows.
Maybe that's how all these people are dying of poisoning. Oh no.
Yeah, you gotta try it on the sausage. I gotta know.
It's going to take time. It took hours to latch onto this bean.
That's okay. We can wait. But until then, I may not eat anything without making sure you purify it first.
Or good berry.
Or a good berry.
Couldn't look like
Axel, you open the door and you are greeted as you look out the door and look down just a little bit. Good evening, Axel. If you could please let me in.
It's Ufrin, isn't
Ufrin?
it? Yep. Oh.
God. She just show her stupid face here.
I did want to say, since I was coming down the stairs when the door knocked, would I have been in a position to like keep an eye on the door? I would have wanted to like kind of like lean up against the wall and just see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like coming down the stairs, like you're at the top of the stairs when you see Axel walk in front of the stairs to the front door and open it up.
Oh. Hellspawn. Yeah, You can come in.
Dog, mongrel, I will, thank you. Anyways, excuse me. And she gently walks through the door. Moments later, as you guys kind of hear the front door shut, KB laying on the couch, Nova and Evelyn engrossed in this piece of sausage and bean, and Patience happily stuffing her face at the table, look up kind of at the same time or out of the corner of your eyes, and you see Ufrin walk into the living room. Well, it does look like you are all very comfortable here.
I'm gonna like look over my shoulder at her, kind of scowl.
Oh, Patience is given the most bombastic side eye you ever seen.
Bombastic.
Bombastic side eye.
Good evening, Patience. I have a task for you.
It's morning.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. I've been up for some time. I heard that you are going into a mine today?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, that's good. As that would be part of my task. I require something, and I just don't really want to do it myself. I require the fangs of a basilisk. 2 of them, to be specific. Preserved
Like,
and brought back undamaged.
like 2 different ones or from the same animal? Like what?
It does not matter. 2 fangs. Can you count? 1, 1, 2. Simple.
Hey, can jeez. Don't get your panties in a bunch.
My panties are never in a bunch.
Mm,
Because I
I
don't
don't know about that.
That's absolutely doable. We can do that.
Perfect.
And that's your
Ufrin.
ask for your contract? Is that
Did somebody
the-
say my name?
And I
Too
come
many
stopping
people.
through the hallway, just stopping my feet.
She kind of looks out of her side eyes. And what was that? You said something about the contract.
I was simply
lied.
asking.
You were asking and I lied. What?
Go
She
ahead,
looks
you
up and
first.
stares
No,
at you.
no, Sophia, you first. Go ahead.
You seem to so open with your contract that you flaunted in our faces. As if you were trying to make friends. You knew what you were doing.
Sophia's annoyed.
And
It's
what's
just
that?
hard to put language in the contract that would make it impossible for someone to actually fulfill it.
All contracts are fulfillable. It's not my fault that
Well,
you
it is your
broke
fault. You put
into
the
my
language there.
office. But you broke into my office. You disturbed my equipment. You broke in and you stole items.
If
Out
you're
of-
as smart as you are, then you know we weren't there to look through your private stuff. We were there only related to the beans.
But you still broke into my office. Did you not? Or is that a lie?
Well, of course, that's the truth, but you then said that you want
Oh.
to actually, work with us.
Uh,
And we need a little bit of something from you to at least guarantee that when we complete this for you, that there's any sort of guarantee that you agree that what we did was satisfactory.
You have that.
Sophia's
That's
out of breath.
called the contract. You signed it. You must
what the-
fulfill the terms of said contract. I cannot break those terms.
I know
break
anything
those
about
terms.
devils. Devils know their terms better than anyone.
Exactly.
So when I point out that only you and you alone are the judge of whether or not the task was fulfilled to the level that you wish was adequate, it is indeed in your hand. Am I right? Therefore,
She
we could
moves-
bring these things to you here, on time, undamaged, and you could say it was still not fast enough, and patients would still be under your contract. Am I wrong?
she moves through the living room and she does that like thing where you do to kids that are kind of sleeping. She grabs both of KV's feet and kind of like slides them off the couch and sits down and crosses her leg. You are correct. If I deem that it's not fast enough, you've damaged property that I ask you to bring to me undamaged, then yes, the contract does continue. That's not my fault. If you can't procure items in a orderly and safe manner, then why should I let you off for doing 50% of the job?
If we complete the
Well,
job, and it's only up to you if it's satisfied, what incentive do you have to release the contract?
If you've completed the terms, once you've satisfied my needs, then we can move on.
And what would you gain from releasing the contract? Since, as you just admitted, is in your hands to decide if the contract was fulfilled.
Work completed. You know, I left several clauses that allow you to escape said contract. I deemed it very fair. You only need a certain amount of souls for each one of the individuals in this room. Or you convert somebody, or you complete the tasks that I ask. That is totally and utterly up to you.
I wish to amend this contract.
You wish to what?
Amend the contract.
I do not feel like that benefits me at all.
Well, then I don't feel like it benefits us at all to run your menial tasks just for you to say it wasn't completed.
I think the benefit to us was not getting killed.
Oh. She is very smart.
Thank you.
Maybe you should listen to this one instead of listening to the one running the mouth.
Sophia's gonna like roll her eyes off to the side and then like turn back, open her mouth to yell something at this lady, and then just close her mouth.
At that, can I activate my Visage of the Astral Self, Ginger?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do so. Earn a key point, and now with Visage of the Astral Self, I can using the Word of the Spirit ability. When I speak, I can direct my words to a creature of my choice I can see within 60 feet of me, making it so that only they can hear me.
Mhm.
And I'll just say to Sophia, it's cool. Let me handle this. And if you look at Patience, there's like this vaguely feline face kind of floating in the air behind her. And it's those eyes that look at you. Her own are sort of blanked out in this milky blue sort of light effusing from them.
Okay.
Sophia's just gonna take 3 slow, large steps backwards, just kind of staring at your eyes before turning around quickly and walking away up the stairs.
Oh, she is rather heated. But anyways, I just required this
And-
task and these items brought to me safely. It sounds like you're already going down there. Should be a menial task.
All right.
I already have preservation agents fucking procured, so I should be able to get those teeth.
Easily done then. At this point, she's like patting KB's legs.
Oh no.
So, I do believe that secures our business for the day. I will
Well,
call on you again
I have a
when this
couple
task.
of questions.
Of course. Ask away.
You know, being the one who's the interested party in all this,
Of
kind of, got some clarification I want to get out of the way.
course.
First of all, and at this she'll stand up, walk and stand directly in front of Ufrin.
Yep. She doesn't look up to meet you. She's
Hmm.
just kind of like staring down, twiddling with things with on her dress and her shirt, staring at Evelyn and Nova, playing with kind of like KB, like she's like flicking him and just doing weird shit.
One. Will this be the only thing that you'll ask of me? Or is there going to be other errands involved? Because if it's just the one thing, seems a little too easy. Just a little bit. I mean, sure, basilisks, I don't know much about them. Maybe they're pretty strong. I feel like I'd take it on. I feel like there's something you're not telling. And I want to try to intimidate this bitch.
Sure.
I have advantage due to wisdom of the spirit while my visage of the astral self is active.
Okay. Roll intimidation.
It's pretty solid. I don't know how to roll advantage on this fucking thing. Still haven't figured out how to do that in Multiverse. It's pretty good.
Okay.
She's not necessarily trying to like posture the way that she normally does. More so that, you know,
It's
she's
more
trying
of
she's
a
trying to be met on equal
like a
ground.
confidence thing. It's not so
Yeah.
much that you're like you're puffing your chest, giving her
Mhm.
muscles. It's more of a speaking with a stern tone, the daddy talk.
No, yeah, no. Yeah, just no nonsense. Like, don't fuck with me.
You get kind of a smirk from her, and now she does look up to meet your gaze. Possibly. It depends on the items that return, depends on how fast you do it, and depends on if I'm satisfied.
And
You might have another task. Maybe not.
right? If everything above board on your end, you are perfectly satisfied by the results of this retrieval, then we're all good. Is that the case?
Possibly.
And the contract would be fulfilled.
And it would be null and void.
All right. Just all right. Sounds good. She kind of thinks for a moment. Just don't fuck with me. All right? I signed your little contract. Gonna do your little errands. Fair and square. Fair's fair. You held up your end of the deal by not killing us. But try to screw me over. If it's the last thing I do, I will crack your fucking skull.
The moment you finish the last portion of this, she stands up in front of you, shifts into her demonic presence form,
Mm-hmm.
leans in very close to your ear, takes her hand, and with a finger runs it down the side of your face. Honey, if I wanted to fuck with you, I would fuck you. Have a good day. and walks towards the front door, shifts back into her gnomish form, opens the door, and leaves. And you guys are left standing, sitting, laying in the living room of the Beans.
There is
Uh,
a tangible tension looming in the air because of that. Oh my goodness.
after she leaves, the visage fades, and Patience kind of like, does that like sigh of relief, like, oh shit, man. I did my best to hold firm, but holy fuck.
Not very wise, spending some of your resources when we're about to go into combat.
Is that out of character or in character?
That's absolutely in character.
You don't know what I just did. You don't know if it's been a resource or not.
You said key point. You spent a key point.
Yeah, but that's not
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Not out loud.
Yeah, that's true. We wouldn't know that.
That's not in character.
But
Yeah, it's
Axel
pretty
would have
clear.
seen him do some stuff that he's never done before. So,
And also,
not
you
sure.
don't
Honestly-
you don't know what Axel knows about Monk. So
Oh.
Fair, but I mean, Patience doesn't even seem fully aware of what she just did.
I said
It's
what
like-
I said.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. Maybe you should
Right,
go upstairs
right.
and check up on Carpet Shop, huh?
Did I do something? What?
Carpet shop.
That's a new one.
I'm loving the nicknames this season. I'm loving the nicknames. It's just hate, and I'm just, it's coming. We got blueberry, we got translucent, we got puppy dog, we got
Sparkles.
carpet shop. I mean,
Carpet
let's
shop.
go.
We got
Tall, dark, and spooky.
Kibbles
All
Yeah.
and
dark and
bits.
spooky.
even though I'm taller than you.
Kibbles, yeah, kibbles and bits.
Well, I mean,
I mean-
honestly, the joke's on her because she was calling Axel names, and Knowles, like hyenas are more closely related to cats than dogs, so it wasn't even an accurate insult.
Oh, cha-ching.
But aren't they still canines?
Fully in character.
Kind of.
Yeah, but they are more closely related to cats, even though they are in the canine family.
Correct.
So she's just wildly inaccurate.
No, like seriously, what? Why are you looking at me funny? I mean, other than the usual reasons. She's genuinely confused.
I was saying that to. Who's she saying it to?
Kind of looking around at everybody because Axel seems to think that she did something and she has no idea what just happened.
I don't have time for this. And then he's gonna walk over and grab Nova's arm and start to head out the door. We have somewhere to be.
What? Gah.
I'm
Go
just
ask
like,
go ask your companion for a rundown. I don't care to explain.
She wasn't even fucking here. What do you mean?
Is this because I called him a cat?
Was that in character?
All of it was.
I love it.
Oh, God.
All I can imagine
Ruin
this
my
whole
fucking
time
zen. God
is,
damn it.
is KB's just listening on the couch, his eyes closed, like, oh Jesus, help me.
Like she has not figured out what just happened with Patience. She's just like, well, that was a wildly inaccurate insult. Like he's not even like really that much of a dog.
Carpet shop. Oh my god.
My confusion is immeasurable, and my zen is ruined.
Go get your deep dish lasagna.
Oops. Ripped that. All right.
Kids don't understand.
What are you guys doing?
Double
All right.
stuffed deep dish
I guess I'll go.
I pulled Nova outside, so
Guess I'll go check on carpet shop.
Okay.
Sophia with carpets?
Axel
Interesting mix.
pulls Nova towards the front door, and as he does, opens the front door and kind of starts to take his steps outside, looking at the rest of the group like, "Come on." Patience gets up and immediately makes her way upstairs, kind of annoyed, mumbling under her breath, "Carpet shop? What?" And just super like taken back, not even sure what's going on. Evelyn and KB, what are you guys doing?
Well, I guess if I fed my little sausage to my little plant.
Oh, you wrap the sausage up with the plant?
Yeah, because now I want to see if it gravitates to the sausage instead of the bean. And maybe I'll even grab a piece of the bread that didn't get eaten and stick that in there too.
Your festering mold in your pocket is what's gonna happen.
Kind of
Science.
excited. Kind of excited to see where it goes. KB, what about you? KB's dead.
He did.
He fell asleep on us.
He
How much
did,
you want to
did.
bet? He actually fell asleep in real life. Yep.
Gibbles.
All I can imagine is Evelyn kind of standing up and like taking pieces of like all the food around her and like shoving them into this like napkin pack thing with this, and just like rolling it up together and like, all right, let's just gonna see what's happening, and then sticks it in
Poppers.
the bucket.
He's got the little bindle on the stick.
Yeah. All right. Last time.
Elbow bindle.
KB, are you alive?
He did.
Nah, he did.
Let's try and wake him up.
KB. KB.
Nah, he gone.
no, he unmuted himself. He's alive.
Oh, he unmuted. He unmuted.
KB. KB.
What is happening?
He did.
Snowing character.
He's back.
did
Let's
die.
go.
All right. We were asking
did
KB.
Oh,
Wow,
the
what
question
he-
is, did he miss everything that happened to him? KB,
Oh,
did you miss
true.
everything that happened to you?
Check your pockets, KB.
The what's her name came for the contract.
Yo.
He sounds so tired.
I remember that.
Do you know what she did to you? What happened?
Did you fall asleep, Diablo?
No, she she's sitting next to me on the couch.
No, she's gone, bro. She's gone.
I don't know. That's the last. Was that a long time ago?
Oh,
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That's so
Let's
good.
just say KB really
Yeah, we could chalk it up to
enjoyed,
him
her
falling
rubbing
asleep
KB's
in
legs.
both
Yeah.
realities.
That's
She was
so
playing
good.
with your legs. All kinds of fun stuff happening.
Put her
KB.
right to sleep.
KB fell asleep. Diablo.
In
Diablo's
game, I
like
love the idea of
me.
KB finally falling asleep when all this is happening.
Yeah, he like the comfort of like the chaos just put him to sleep. Yeah,
Oh, all the
Diablo,
name
don't worry, bro.
calling. Oh,
Yeah.
Diablo. New nickname for Sophia is Carpet Shop.
Oh
That's
no!
that's one that you missed.
I knew his mind was gonna go there.
I'm scared to ask.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope, not like that. This is a family-friendly stream. Yeah, no, it's not.
Is
No,
it?
it's not. Farthest thing from it. Last campaign, there was rape, debauchery, a shit ton of drugs.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my god, drugs like
I
every
mean,
other
like,
session.
so much drugs. I mean, honestly, if I had to look back on the campaign, honestly, at a certain point, more needed an intervention.
Oh, 100%.
100%. I don't give a shit who you talk to, who you ask. That man was on the verge of needing
Help.
an intervention.
Well, you know what? I think at some point we gotta go back to Bloodpaw Falls and leave a bottle of Scorpion Tail at the statue.
Memorial.
I like to think
We gotta
that
get one.
I like to think that Morton kicked his habit when he moved to Radar. He didn't, but I would like to think that he did.
He didn't.
So we'll put it this way, and I'll retcon you a little bit. He had a problem for several years. But in the old age, kind of grew out of it and went more medicinal, as in eating certain plants, and he kind of got a little fucked up. Just weed, like weedy type stuff, like high, and just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
he went on like I guess the way you could see, he ate a bunch of like berries that you shouldn't eat, and his body digested it. He got a little loopy, kind of like shrooms, and just went on like basically a year long. That was the whole people thinking he was just a giant bear was just him just tripped out on fucking mushrooms for like a whole year.
Yeah,
my
that
God.
He
sounds
just like
about
he
right.
literally just like did not shapeshift out of his bear form for an entire year.
Damn.
That's
He
what,
was
that's
he
what I'm
just
gonna do when I retire.
There you
Well,
go.
that's what I call a vision quest.
yeah, it was a long vision quest. Found some really fucked up shrooms, and he kept going back to the same spot to munch. He got that munchies every every month or so, and then he just trip again and go off. He kicked it after a while, but it was a solid couple years. Mostly to deal with the stress and loss of his friends. So, didn't cope well.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right, back to present times. Patience is heading upstairs to carpet
Yes.
shop. KB
Basically,
is dead on
KB
couch.
A whole conversation was had about a contract and the terms of said contract, and intimidation was done literally right next to you. And
You missed it.
Bella Quill, Ufarin, basically told Patience if she wanted to fuck with him, she'd fuck him. And
Her.
yeah, her. I don't know why I keep saying he.
It's
Her.
because the voice I'm
I
doing
know.
isn't
I know.
like,
It throws me.
oh, so girly.
Well, it's just yeah. And basically the party, Axel getting kind of annoyed, grabbed Nova and was like, "Okay, we have somewhere to go. Let's freaking go." Sophia went upstairs, kind of annoyed, and Patience was heading upstairs to grab Sophia. And Evelyn was grabbing all sorts of random foods. All sorts of random foods around and putting them into the napkin with the bean and the other, like that little
Mm.
sprout
Like-
creature.
Dash out after the cat and Nova.
Yep. What are you doing, KB? As you fell asleep and find yourself groggily coming to, going, "Oh fuck."
So did Patience agree?
I mean,
do
I'm
the-
not
to
really in
do
a
the-
position to not agree.
Yeah, to do the task, which is to get 2 basilisk fangs. So we need to head into the mine, kill said basilisk, retrieve 2 fangs, and provide them to Ufren.
Patience made a really good point of trying to nail down the terms, and she was like, the terms are what I want them to be. We'll see you when you get back.
Yeah.
All right. So as I wake up, are people leaving? Are people currently leaving?
Yeah, people are just like standing up and leaving.
All right. To go upstairs or to leave the house?
Patience is walking upstairs, mumbling something about Sophia. Evelyn is grabbing food and like shoving them into a pocket on the napkin and running out the front door, following Axel and Nova.
Let's what? I can't even find my D&D Beyond. What the fuck happened to me?
I fucking
Let's-
love this because this was me
I'll
last
do
week.
a roll.
This was me last week.
I'll just wake up, see people leaving. I think all my I was on the couch with like my pack and stuff. Well, let me see. Yeah, I think the only thing I grab is my dirt and then like my crossbow. My bag of dirt, crossbow. Grab it real quick, put it in my stuff, I'll run out the door, catch up with the three that left the front.
Okay, sounds good. KB
I
groggily slides off the couch, grabbing his pack of dirt, crossbow, loading it, kind of putting it on his back, and like trying to find his bearings. He's doing that thing where he's like waking up, but he's like there, but not there.
Diablo's just
like
role playing on another level. KB falls asleep, he falls asleep, so
Yeah.
that way he misses
mean,
what he
yeah.
needs to. He's groggy.
What's the word that actors do that? Method. He's a
I'm
method actor.
method acting.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
method acting, man.
If
He's
KB doesn't know it, I don't know it. Yeah.
exactly. He's KB. He is KB
So it
right
makes sense
now.
that he's like, wait, what just happened around me?
Yeah.
I get
Yeah, I'm
What the
not
fuck's going
sure.
on?
I'm not sure exactly where they're going, but it's the day started. I'll go with them. I'll find out on the way.
His
All
day
right, man.
started and then ended for like 20 minutes and then started again.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
a solid nap. It's a solid nap.
Yeah.
Get it, bud.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Patience. Are you saying anything to Sophia? Or you're just kind of grabbing. You're like, all right, they're leaving.
Well, as Patience would come upstairs, I'd be kind of sitting facing away from the door in the bed. When I hear footsteps come through the door, I'd kind of look over at her briefly and turn back. But in that kind of glance you get of her, you'd see kind of her eyes are all red and teary eyed.
Whoa. What's going on? You left in a hurry. I just said let me
In-
handle it.
Interested party?
What do you
What do you
mean?
think I am?
Well, that's not what I meant. I mean, just like, I'm the one who signed it.
And I feel like when you did, I lost you.
What? You haven't lost me. What makes you say that?
And Sophia, as you can tell, she's struggling to get words out. And she'll like start a sentence 3 or 4 times and then finally just say, "What if she never releases you? Or what if you die because she feels you failed the contract? What if you're never released from it? Patience, you're all I have. The only family I got.
Well,
And I can't bear to lose you." She kind of looks down at the ground.
I thought I did lose you. Somehow, how? I have no fucking idea. But you're still here. And if I didn't sign that contract, make a deal with the devil, literally, then I mean, yeah, I would have died. Like, I don't care that much. But I couldn't even imagine that. Going through that a second time. Sure, I could have tried to punch her in the face. Maybe I could have killed her. But no guarantee. All we got is each other. At the end of it. I mean, yeah, we got the others, but from day one, it's been you and I.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can tell that Sophia doesn't look even remotely convinced by that, but she just doesn't really know what to say. And she'll just kind of look back at you like, "But the others heading out?"
Yeah. Seems that way.
I had something that might help, but well, we won't have it until tomorrow.
Ooh. Uh, Explain it when we're all together. How about that? They probably should hear it too, if it's plan related.
Sophia will just kind of nod her head and slowly stand up.
Uh,
Sophia's lost all of the like excitement she had when she woke up and saw you working out this morning. She doesn't seem like she's any longer gun ho to kind of just go off and fight stuff.
One more thing. Couldn't get an answer out of him because I don't know why. Motherfucker doesn't want to say shit to me. But did I do something just now? 'Cause I was getting some weird looks from everybody else.
Well, I wanted to intervene and help you with the contract. You didn't really let me.
I mean, all I said was, I got this. I mean, look, I appreciate you going to bat for me, but I don't know. We don't know what she could, or what she would do if she got upset.
Are you fine with that? Are you fine with this? Are you retrieve these, what was it, basilisk things, and she doesn't release it because she wasn't happy with how we did it?
I don't really have a choice. All I can do is putting one foot in front of the other. Not like I can go back and not sign it.
You're tougher than me. I always want to try and think of a way out of it. Here you are, just admitting how it is and punching it right in the face.
What can I say? I'm a stubborn motherfucker. Hey. Look at me. She'll put her hand on Sophia's shoulder.
I'll look at you.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. Always.
Promise?
Kind of does like a little, puts her fist to Sophia's chest, just light bump. Promise.
I'm right here too.
Good. Soft little smile and. All right.
I'll try my best to put aside this whole devil stuff for now and. Let's go punch something.
Now we're talking. All right. Let's go downstairs to join the group.
Sophia will take like 5 steps forward, realize she left her book on the bed, grab it, and then run up to catch up with you.
You guys run out, catching up to Patience out into the hallway, and follow Patience down the stairs to the front door and out into the main throwaway. only to see about 150 feet up the way, Axel pulling Nova along, with Evelyn kind of like stumbling, trying to get stuff into her pocket, and KB following closely behind, um, rubbing his eyes in a big yawn as he catches up with the other three. So, what are you up to today? Motley Menard.
The Motley Feet.
I know that. I'm just going off of what's in
So
the
it'll say
channel.
the name of the Discord channel.
I am taking Nova in the direction of Vivek's blade.
I'm gonna kind of run alongside Patience and try and catch up with the group before they get too far ahead.
I'm letting myself be led.
You guys make your way to the elevator, up the elevator. Several moments pass by. Mark off 1 silver for each one of you. As you make your way up to the primary ring, you find yourself like 500 feet, 300 feet away from Vivek's blade. Kind of standing outside down the road from it. You can see it in the distance, the big giant building with the gaudy signs.
Do we catch up to them before they reach Vivek's Blades?
Yeah, I think we
You
took
guys-
the elevator together.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't really discussed what the plan is. I mentioned to Patience. I have a spell I believe would be quite helpful for what we're about to partake in.
Yeah, what's
Unfortunately, it requires a component I don't quite have access to yet. I placed an order at a nearby shop, but they won't have it ready till tomorrow. It would allow us to see into the mine, scout out various locations, and potentially see what's inside of it.
that? What
Could help us
component do
be
you
a little
need?
more prepared. A glass eye.
Hmm.
They're making one for me at the local, it's like some sort of golem shop. They were making robots of sorts. And I asked him to make a customized eye for me, and it should do the trick, but it won't be ready till tomorrow.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna
knowing
wild
our
shape.
friend- out of the blue. What are you turning into?
Haven't decided yet.
Well, knowing
I imagine she wild shapes down and then is about to spout back into an animal and like can't because she hasn't selected one yet. So she's like in that limbo state.
You're just like,
I meant for the mine. When we go to the mine, my plan's to wild shape.
Oh.
I don't know if we're going right there.
No, but there's just no point in purchasing a pass or anything for me because,
You can just go incognito.
yeah.
And I can turn 2 others invisible. We should be fine to get into the mine.
Knowing our friend and how not flexible she likely is, time might be of the essence.
I agree.
And
He'll have to wait, and
I
it'll.
I agree that I feel like that would be incredibly helpful to be able to look and get a kind of a lay of the land, but it might be too long to have to wait until tomorrow.
Sophia will kind of nod her head.
She did say if we're not fast enough, it might make the favor not able to null and void the contract.
Yeah, we
Well,
don't want to
then,
give her any reasons to decide that we didn't do a favorable job.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. I wasn't even thinking. Of course. And I have a good feeling about going after the mine. I can't really put it into words, but
Well,
We just have to push whatever's in their back. So I think as we go through it, we'll just encounter whatever we run into and keep moving.
yeah, I'll pick up the object tomorrow. It should be fine. But for getting in, I believe that the three who look the most adventurous should be the ones who take the tokens. Obviously, that Axel, Patience, you two look very strong. I don't know who the third should be.
What you're planning to do is spend some of your magical reserves, however, correct?
It should only take one spell.
It's better to have it than not. If we can get 2 more passes, then we should try and get 2 more.
Won't they recognize you in Vivek's Blade? That seems to be where you're headed.
They do, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're blacklisted.
Well, that's fair.
I'm gonna kind of grumble under my breath as I realize that Axel's intending to bring us into Vivek's Blade.
But I worry. They're not going to give you a silver pass right away. Not unless you resort to other means.
Well, we have to bribe him. We have to bribe him.
If you think you can acquire 2 more silver passes, I'm happy to let you try. I think that would make things easier. I agree that not having to cast a spell would be helpful once we get inside.
That was my intention.
But we have that just in case. I agree that it might be a good idea if we can save some of our resources. That might be a good idea.
Well, you guys can get any pass at all. You might be able to fudge the look of them a little bit. Make them look nicer. Just
Change
saying.
the color.
Oh yeah. I think.
That's not a bad idea. We still have a bronze one, right?
Yes.
I think I well.
Who has
I
the
can do
bronze
it.
one? And I'm gonna take out the silver one. And I wanna compare the bronze and the silver side by side.
The bronze is more of a circle with a almost like a check mark through it, and then there's the symbol of Vivek's Blade on the back end of it. The silver looks more like a triangle almost, and that has 2 sidework slashes through it, and then also has the token on the back of it.
They look very different.
Me. Let me see. I don't do this a whole lot. Maybe.
And can I try to minor illusion the bronze pass to make it look like the silver?
Do a performance.
Okay.
Yeah. To see if performance or intellect. Yeah, we'll do performance.
What's your spellcasting modifier for that spell?
I think it's charisma because it's a racial trait that gives me it.
I'm guessing I would use the spellcasting modifier for whatever gave you that spell. That's what would make the most sense to me.
Circle.
It doesn't even show that I have one. Doesn't that usually show on D&D Beyond, like at the top of the spell list?
It should.
I don't
Or it
see
would
it.
show in the it would show like in the tiefling feat, it would say like you gain this spell. Charisma is your spellcasting ability for these spells.
Yeah.
Treasures and
Well,
tricks.
I'm guessing it's charisma for the
Charisma is
tiefling.
my spellcasting ability.
Yeah, so this would be charisma. At least that's how I would rule it.
So, not performance. I mean, it's the same either way. I think if it's
Yeah.
just charisma or performance. Could I take my time with it and try to make it look right?
I didn't even see what you rolled.
I rolled a 10.
I'll
It
I'll start.
looks
I'm
it
gonna
looks
start
subpar.
mansplaining too many things that are wrong with the illusion.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna point
mean,
out like all the flaws and make patients feel terrible about it.
yeah, it doesn't look
You're just doing it like
awful.
matter of factly, but it's still just like, damn, all right, fuck.
Yeah. Like you didn't do it awful, but you didn't do it great. It was kind of like it looks passable-ish, but you're not 100%. Maybe it would fool somebody.
Well,
Well, you
I
can't.
mean, I can work on it. You know, maybe while you guys go in and try to get your passes, I can do this.
Well, you can't move an illusion like that. They'll have to like almost have their hand over it and rev open the hand, and as they do so, your illusion's there, and then they're gonna have to not look at it too closely. It's risky.
I mean, are they gonna handle it, or are they just gonna like ask us to hold it up? Because if it's
I
just
don't
if it's
know.
just a little hold up thing, I mean,
I-
that might. I think I could make that easy.
I don't know.
Ginge,
Yes.
would this be considered a non-magical trinket?
Yes.
You can create non-magical trinkets using prestidigitation.
Oh,
They don't last very long. They only last for a round.
but you can make. Can't you make like 3 of them?
But I could make 3 of them.
Yeah, because you can have multiple effects going at once. It's not that many though. Oh, that. Ooh. All right, I like it. Now we're thinking with portals.
I'm not even worried about it working. I just want to one-up patients with my magical
Oh.
skills.
All right.
In character, not out of character. Sophia is jealous that Patience is using magic.
So,
She's done it before. Not often.
you are able to create the 3 medallions. My question is, minor illusion, are you able to move it, manipulate it?
I think he's talking about prestidigitation.
Or prestidigitation, sorry.
I think for all intents and purposes, it like is a physical object, right? It's just small and not magical in any way. Right, Michael?
Right, and it only lasts for like for
6
a round.
seconds.
So the idea would be that if you open your hand to reveal the token, for that 6 seconds it's there, it's extremely believable. Right?
Correct.
Mm.
It would be an exact replica. It's just then when you
Oh,
it would only last for that amount of time. So I guess it probably wouldn't even be that much better than minor illusion, if at all. But I think that the trinket would have actual physical property to it.
Okay. That was my question. So, in theory, yes. Not even in theory. You can.
It's too bad they look so different. I could also color the object like you suggested, and that would last much longer.
Mm.
But they look too different. No, this won't work either. It won't last long enough.
I like the ideas. This is good.
I can
we're
cast a
somewhere-
spell, and it will look much better, and it can be carried around. But if they interact with it, it'll be clear it's an illusion as well. There'll be no physical touch to it.
I mean, I still like the invisibility idea, but that's just me.
Yeah, but I'm with Axel. That uses quite a bit of my spellcasting power, and even more to do it twice. On 2 people. I
Well,
guess
from
let's just see if they're able to acquire one, and then we can decide after that.
yeah, you're right. Plan A, they get this stuff. We can all waltz in, no questions asked. Plan B, we do some forgery.
And I'm gonna take like a twig that I can find on the ground, and I'm gonna start like drawing something on the ground, and I'll draw like a game board in the dust of like a game that Patience and I would have played as to waste time when we were younger, and I'll make the first move and hand the twig over to Patience while we're waiting.
All right. Been a while since we played this.
Axel, Nova, KB, and Evelyn, what are you guys doing?
Me and Nova are going into Vivek's Blade.
I'm gonna stop to observe the game they're playing and just be like, fascinating.
Okay. KB,
Yeah, I think I'll go into the store as well, the shop.
follow along. All right. So as Evelyn turns around and begins to like over Patience or Sophia's shoulder, you're like asking questions on the game, and oh, okay. Well, if you do that, what happens then? And as they continue to play the game, KB, you follow Axel and Nova as they walk towards the building. You guys find yourself inside of Vivek's Blade, walking wherever it is that you guys want to walk.
I'm just gonna be following behind Axel, trying to keep a low profile because I hate this place.
Yeah,
I'll
Axel seemed very confident in getting some of these coins, so I'm just gonna let him do whatever he was gonna do.
Yeah, I'll flag down like a greeter or like a representative or some type of employee.
Hi, I'm Mary. How can I help you here?
I'm looking for the Adventuring Guild testing facility.
That would be to the left and down the hallway. Is there anything else that I can help you here at Vivek's Blade?
No.
Okay, you have a wonderful and adventurous day.
Yeah, you too.
Mary
Please complete
hates
this employee
herself
survey.
and
My
her
name
life.
is Mary.
I'll
Okay.
head towards the direction she mentioned.
You make your way down the hallway and you find yourself in kind of the horseshoe sized area where there's like 5 people kind of in this little horseshoe talking and doing their business. As there's several people in there, but you know, some are talking to those people at the horseshoe, and then there are 2 or 3 that are empty.
Before we get too close, I'll say to Nova, if we have to do some talking, I'll be counting on you for that.
I'll do my best. I promise to be cordial.
And I will head to whoever the official looks to be presiding over the area.
Like just one of the teller people.
Yeah.
Okay. You walk up to a kind of skinnier, slimmer individual. Looks to be maybe half elfish. Short cropped hair, blonde. Good evening. I am Jonathan. How may I help you here at Vivek's Blade?
Jonathan, pleasure to meet you.
You as well.
Myself and my companions are looking to... Oh, wait. Before I say that, it's just me and Axel in there, right?
KB's kind of
And
standing
Kibby.
behind you.
Oh, KB.
Yep.
Okay, that's right. Myself and my companions are looking to become part of the Adventuring Guild.
Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, 3 of you. 1 second. He begins to set paperwork up on the counter. These are your Form 29s. These were where you put down your names and your abilities. And this is Form 23. This is where you'll put your contact information in case of death and/or dismemberment, where all personal items will be sent upon finding This right here is Form 2. This is where you'll register with the City of Molten Hammer and the Adventuring Guild here at Vivek's Blade in the terms of selling items, procuring items, and or any terms regarding such. We will take a 1% cut of all items that you find within your adventures. So, let's test your aptitude. And he like reaches down and grabs like a globe and sets it up on there. If you could just place your hand on top of this globe, it'll rank you in terms of skill, and you will be given your medallions as such.
I'm gonna lean in a little closer to him, kind of give him a charming smile. We're incredibly eager to get into these mines that we hear so highly of around here.
As most adventurers are.
It sounds like quite a thrill.
I once was one myself. I was, nay to say, gold adventurer. I was known as Jonathan the Slick, and I was quite the adventurer in my time. Learned right here at Vivek's Blade.
I'm gonna kind of play with my hair and kind of smile at him. You're gold?
I was at one time.
Wow. I bet you have some amazing stories you could tell.
I do believe I could. I get off of work in about 4 hours.
Really?
Yeah, I could, I could tell you all about my adventures. I've been all over Radar, traveled up through the Azalian Pass, and down into the Shattered Vale even.
The Shattered Vale. I've heard it's an incredibly dangerous
It's very
place.
dangerous. It was very dangerous. It was. But,
you must be so brave.
Well, the years that I spent adventuring, it's, you gotta have a kind of mettle to make it in this field.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, well,
I could only hope to aspire to be as brave and see
one day.
as many amazing things as you have.
You gotta start from the bottom, though. You just need to know that is everybody here starts from the bottom and you work your way up. And you do that with your own strength and you pull yourself up by your leather boots.
Us, the three of us here have been on some adventures. We've not been into these mines before, and we're hoping that we could get in just to see what it's all about. Understand there's, of course, risks. But how long does this process usually take?
Well, there's the testing phase, the written and physical assessment, and then from there, there's a 3-day course on beginning adventuring and the skills and the skill sets that accompany you on your adventures. We give you a basic rundown of attacks, moves, and, for those that have the aptitude for it, magical abilities.
Ah, I see. Well, I guess the only concerning part is the fact that we won't be able to be here for very long. And I would hate to miss the opportunity to see the mines.
Yeah, it's. I mean, because even after you do all that, it usually takes another 4 to 5 days for licensing to go through and, the seal to be made with the token.
Jonathan, is there any way that we can make that happen faster? I mean, I would love to have time to see what the mines are about and then come back and hear your stories.
I'm sorry, I can't make paperwork go any faster than that. And, hey, maybe you test very high on the scores and you get a little bump, and maybe they push you through a little bit faster, but can't get around licensing,
Oh, I don't expect to get around licensing. I'm just hoping that, of course, after we test, I'm sure these scoring procedures are incredibly important. So after we do that, I'm hoping there's some way to make it go a little bit quicker after we get our scores.
Maybe I could talk to my boss and see if they'll
Jonathan, and I'll like move in and kind of like smile. You would do that?
Well, I mean, I could try, but that they still have to file with the appeal court, and under the appeal court they have to file it in the licensing and inspection fees, and that's still going to take at least 2 days.
My face is gonna fall a little bit, and I'm just gonna grab my pouch of coin and kind of bring it forward.
He kind of looks at you, looks back.
Is there anything that I can do to help you make that happen a little quicker?
If I'm going to be... And he kind of looks around. Boy. I'm going to assume you're trying to bribe me. Unfortunately, the rules, and he points up over his head to this like plaque on the wall. There's no bribery for licensing, and I will have to remove you if you do ask again. We did have somebody that was recently let go here because of such.
No.
My immediate supervisor is standing, and you look over and you see this individual that's like standing in the corner, like sitting on the seat, just like staring at you guys, and then like turns and looks at like the other 2 or 3 people down the other way.
I'm gonna look
And-
shocked
That's
at
a
him. I'm gonna look
bold
sh-
assumption to
I was
make.
just gonna say, I'm gonna look
Jonathan.
shocked at him. No. I'm not bribing you. I assume, like with most things, there's always fees associated with getting licenses. I'm not trying to get something for bribery. I'm just hoping if there is some things cost more, but they're quicker. I'm wondering if there's an option like that for our party. Not in a bribery sense, in a completely legal sense.
He kind of looks at you again. Make a... Not deception, but make a persuasion check.
Oh, persuasion. I have a proficiency. I have not advantage. Oh, shit. Fuzzy dice! Oy, 14.
14. There are licensing fees and other things that do get paid for, but they are all done after the testing and the license submission fee or time period has been waived. Unfortunately, there's not a way to speed that up, and at a bare minimum, it takes at least a day.
Jonathan, haven't you heard that passports can be expedited for a higher fee?
What is a
This
passport?
is the same thing.
Okay,
Is there
well,
not an expedite fee that can be applied?
there is, but it's still going to take at least the day.
All right.
And that
well,
fee could be very expensive. So, if you could please place your hand on the globe here, we can get the licensing started.
I'm gonna, for just a flicker of a moment, look defeated. But I'll gonna place my hand on the orb and channel all of the mental aptitude for my arcana that I can.
Okay. It shines kind of bright. Oh, you tested very high. And he like writes it down on a piece of paper. Next.
I will step up.
Okay. The globe barely glows at all. Like almost nothing.
I'm gonna mind link with KB while Axel's got his hand on the globe and say, God, you can't get anywhere with flirting nowadays.
This guy sucks.
I'm kidding.
Got no redeeming qualities that I can see.
The fact that he's being a great employee and staying true to his employer, no redeemable qualities.
Fucking
Not at all.
bootlicker.
You down there, if you could please place your hand on this.
Yeah, I'm just a small town kid, but where I was
Okay.
from, the way you become a gold adventurer is you have to kill a former gold adventurer. Right, that just puts you right up there at the top right away.
No, I mean you would be seen as an outlaw, but I
Yeah,
mean,
no, that's what I'm saying. It's great that we've advanced beyond that, right? Isn't
y-
it?
yes, yes. What?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll,
Okay.
Holy
I'll,
shit.
I'll put my hand down on that.
It glows pretty bright. You tested very well as well. Writes it down on a piece of paper. I do want to try one thing. So if you could please come and push your finger or write down your abilities and your names on these pieces of paper here, we'll get all the licensing started.
I'll start filling out the form.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fill all mine out in goblin.
Okay. You watch as he like picks it up and. Okay, I'll do that one later. So that will be 1 gold piece a person for registrations, 3 silver pieces for the forms and submissions, and 5 silver pieces for the procurement of your bronze leveled adventuring medallions.
But if you test high, why would you be put so low?
You didn't test that high. You still have a ways to go, but you'll make it.
So any Joe Blow off the street could come in here and test at the same level as myself.
Maybe, possibly.
Well, since bronze is the lowest, and
Correct.
anybody can apply.
There's levels of the bronze. I mean, you're ranked in the higher end of the bronze scale. But yes, there are people that, could test at the same level as you.
I'm gonna sigh and I'm gonna mind link with Axel. Is this even worth our time if we're just gonna get bronze?
And probably not.
I don't know if I want to waste money on getting something we know is not gonna get us in.
So if you could please pay the procurement fees here and the licensing fees, we will go ahead and get all of this set up and ready for you.
I feel the same way. Soon enough, my coin purse is going to be made out of nothing but hopes and dreams. I was saying that in her head, my mind link.
Gotcha. He was confused.
I don't think it's worth our time. We can't get in with bronze. And they're not going to have it today anyway.
We should probably go with Carpet Shop's plan then. I just hope that extra spell doesn't come back to bite us in the ass.
It doesn't look like we have another choice. I think if we wait a day to get something that may not even get us in, we're just going to be wasting time. I'm going to turn around and look at Jonathan. You weren't my type anyway, Jonathan. And I'm going to turn around and walk away.
What?
Hey.
Okay. Have a good day.
I'm gonna mind link with KB. Don't give him even a copper. Let's get the hell out of here. We don't have time to waste on bronze.
I put my name as Lee Harvey Oswald on the form.
In Goblin, so he doesn't even know.
He'll
There's
find out.
no way I'm putting my name on that thing.
Yep. I mean, there's 2 reasons. I mean, 1, it's not your name, and 2, he doesn't speak Goblin, so he's having a hard time.
But he does know who Lee Harvey Oswald is. So
He
if he
might,
did take
yeah.
the time to read it and
Clearly,
knew Goblin.
Possibly. I mean, there's a small chance. There are some Lee Harvey Oswalds. You never know.
It's a pretty
But
specific name.
you are leaving Vivek's Blade, making your way back out to the group as you kind of walk out to still see Evelyn hovering over Sophia's shoulder, and she's going back and forth from Patience's shoulder to Sophia's shoulder, and like pointing certain things out. She's like, "Oh, you should do that. Oh no, what if you do that or this?"
It would
Oh.
only take her probably about 2 minutes of watching to realize we invented this game when we were probably 6, but still enjoy it to this day.
I will
I don't know.
approach the
Actually,
group.
my
She's-
question would be to Evelyn would be, does she?
No, I would say here's the thing. She's wise enough to realize maybe what's going on in the game, but probably not intelligent enough or like
There you
can't
go.
make those connections well enough to be like, oh, they made it up when they were kids. Like I don't think she has the
Okay,
life
okay.
experience to be able to figure that out.
That's kind of what I was like. I don't know. Not that she's dumb, but I don't think she's
Maybe
got
she'd
that common
she'd
sense
catch on
to
to how
catch
it
that.
works. But
She's
yeah,
not-
like not.
Yeah.
6 is a bit exaggerating too. We made it up when we were younger. Yeah.
Yeah, like she's not dumb, but she just like she's been pretty secluded, so like she doesn't
Yeah.
have like a lot of like that. Just like I don't know. Yeah.
I will approach the group, kind of hang my head. Yeah, they were only gonna give us a bronze. It was probably gonna take at least a day, maybe 5, maybe longer. And my subtle attempt at bribery almost got us in trouble, so that's out of the question.
Uh-oh. They tightened security on that biz or what?
Yeah, they
But
said
man, there's
somebody
so
got
much from
fired.
them.
Somebody got
He
fired
got fired?
for being
Shit.
bribed.
Well, we
We
gave
got
him
him.
enough to live off of. I mean, he's
him
loaded now.
He's probably alright.
He got
yeah?
more. We gave him more gold than he was
Yeah, he's
ever going to earn at
good.
Vivix Blade. Place like that probably plays him 2 copper an hour.
Is Evelyn crying?
Got him fired?
Yeah, she's distressed.
Sophia's trying hard not to laugh.
Well, because of that, they've got a very strict policy and apparently supervisor looking over shoulders, so had
Should
to
we send him a
backpedal.
fruit basket?
It's fine.
Uh,
Do you know how much I paid him?
No.
probably more than you needed to.
That's probably true. I was hoping to add a little extra so he didn't get caught.
I guess he wasn't careful enough.
You can get a new job.
Now,
They can't take these
Now,
back. So.
maybe he'll be bitter enough from losing his job that when the revolution starts in this town and we get to burn that place to the ground, he'll join us.
Silver lining.
Okay?
Let's send him a fruit basket.
It's
We
all
don't even
coming
know
together.
who he is, Evelyn, or where he lives.
That's true.
Do you even remember his name?
No.
He claimed to be a gold adventurer.
Yeah, he'll be
Sophia
fine.
will laugh.
He'll be fine.
He'd been on lots of adventures. You know.
I don't know. My parents just always said you should send someone a fruit basket if you've wronged them. So I don't know. Just saying.
Well, he did get a pretty good chunk of money from it, so.
If my parents were alive, they would tell me if I gave someone 75 gold for doing almost nothing, we didn't wrong them. We gave them 75 gold. He's fine. Don't worry about it.
There was something wise somebody once said about if someone receives gold they didn't earn, someone who worked for that gold didn't receive it.
I feel like I've never read that in any of my textbooks. Which book was that from? I want to read this.
I feel like I've heard that somewhere. I'm pretty sure KB.
Fool me once.
Oh wait, did Kaz say that?
Shame on me.
Wait. Diablo.
KB's gonna pretend that he doesn't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna roll insight on this one.
I was trying to remember if Kaz said that because it feels like eons ago, but I'm pretty sure
No,
KB said
No,
KB
it.
definitely said it.
KB
Yeah,
said it.
okay.
That was
Yeah,
KB
so
earlier on in the campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave Sophia all the gold from the first job we did.
Well,
or my take of it or whatever.
yeah.
Evelyn, you're doing what? Sorry.
I rolled insight just to see like what, but I rolled a 5, so even with my +6, it's only an 11. So I feel like she's not sure.
Yeah, it's a hard read, but she gets like there's not like an entire truth to it, but she can't quite pinpoint.
Well, I'm being truthful. I
Well,
remember
I mean,
somebody
like,
once saying that if
yeah,
somebody receives gold they didn't earn, somebody who worked for that gold didn't, or somebody who worked for that gold didn't receive it, or something to that nature. I don't remember. It was some sentiment about that.
I think
Listen
she
to the
was thinking
wise
you're
man.
quoting.
Very wise
So,
individual.
She's thinking
like,
you're quoting something famous, like a
somebody,
well-known.
oh, okay, so then
You know
you
what
get,
who
Gretzky is.
somebody earned money they didn't. Somebody
Let me
got
find it. I
money
think
they
it's
didn't
quote.
earn.
I love, you guys are trying to break apart KV's, like, statement. You're like, eh. Ooh,
What?
this, it's gonna
KB
get,
just finally shouts, if one man has gold that he did not earn, another man has worked for gold that he didn't receive.
Ah, that's what it was. Thank you. I could not remember. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
That was Wayne Gretzky said that.
Very
I haven't.
brilliant man.
famous scientist.
Famous scientist.
Scientist.
Famous scientist.
Gold
Well-known
adventure.
scientist
Well
and
known for
philosopher.
his of ancient text or to ancient machines and texts. He was
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant for his time. Unfortunately, he died in a blizzard. And yeah, the body was never recovered.
R.I.P.
I
Well,
love the idea that Wayne Gretzky was canonically alive in our world. Was a
God, just like
genius
Lee
and
Harvey
died lost out
Oswald.
in a blizzard. True.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
guys, let's go.
So
We're
far,
burning
Harvey
daylight.
Oswald and Wayne Gretzky are canon.
Harvey
Why is
Lee
that so-
Oswald is actually the inventor of the magical gate. So
Oh, fuck.
yeah,
Dang.
made hundreds and thousands of gold coin. Very rich individual, doing very well for himself.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like waving my arms at Sophie and Patience who are sitting on the ground playing their game. We're burning daylight. Let's go. We have to resort to the sneak-in tactic.
Sounds good to me. I mean, we could try to make some convincing fakes.
Oh my god. Michael, that's horrible. That's horrible.
Did the sharpshooter feat.
Oh
They-
no.
They say he
Oh
was
my
proficient.
god.
They say he
Oh
was actually a very good
no.
shot for his time.
Oh my
That's
god.
horrible. You guys are awful.
Unfortunately, he wasn't much for hunting outdoors, but he did once accidentally shoot the bow inside, and he did injure himself and one of his maids.
Oh god.
Yeah, the sharpshooter
You
fetus.
sure that's not Dick Cheney?
Um. Anyways, you guys make your way out and into the main street. You guys are standing in the main street, and you find out that the mines are actually back down on the secondary level. As the mines are usually not allowed to most merchants, people that are coming in. So,
Onward.
We're hoofing it.
all right. Back down the elevator you go. Down the elevator back to the second floor. With directions, you are pointed towards the southeastern-ish corner of the ring on the secondary level, which seems to be kind of a gated off area. And you look to see, as you kind of cross over into this area, you look to see several mine shaft carts that take you off in different directions, and about several guards kind of standing around.
How busy is this place? Are there?
The mine area, very busy.
Yeah. So we would be able to watch other adventurers make their way down here,
Correct.
enter a mine. Okay, I want to observe one of them and get a sense of what the guards do, like to examine the metals. Like, is this just like a flash of the metal they're in? Do they take it, do they grab it, look at it closely? What kind of sense do I get?
Okay.
How far away are we from them?
Depends on how far away you want to be.
It says if I can see a creature's mouth while it is speaking a language you understand, you can interpret what it's saying by reading lips.
Mm-hmm.
It
Does it
doesn't
have a
say the
range?
range.
Oh, well, I guess it's whatever range you
It's
can see
just,
people.
I would say see and be able to see decently. Like, obviously, if you're 450 feet away, you're not like, yeah, he's talking about the next Wayne Gretzky book.
I would like to get that close if possible, but not if it would hinder our ability to observe.
Easily done. There's about 4 lines right now. There's 2 guards at each line, and then there's a couple of guards that kind of stand behind them. And like groups are literally walking through and being like inspected. But you're able to get close to one of the lines, and you are watching the process. Sophia, you're kind of doing the same thing. Roll perception check, Sophia, just to kind of see what you catch.
4.
4. All right. What
Any
you
chance I
notice?
could have helped?
Little late on that, so I'll say you have to roll
I
your own.
forgot I was muted.
I'll give it to you this once. Reroll with advantage.
A 10. That is average. I bet the average person could see what's going on.
If she's beside me, couldn't I guidance her too? If we're doing this together?
Oh,
All right. I'm going to allow this one after another. This one. So roll with guidance on
great.
top of advantage.
We
It's
have the
because
most
I'm. It's
generous
because I'm.
DM with
Well,
advantage
I'm also
and
going to be
guidance.
gone. I'm going to be gone for Hawaii, so like for 2-3 weeks. So you guys are going to have to deal with no D&D. So
Oh,
this is my way of semi making up for it.
That's
So
Why am I
with
just, like-
advantage and guidance,
All
I
right.
rolled the fantastic roll of 11.
Jesus.
Well, I
All
figured you would
right.
just add the D4 to the
Well,
10, was what I was
I
thinking.
did.
But
Yeah, I
yeah.
rolled a 1.
Oh.
Fortunately, you're also looking at stuff too, so I'm hoping you roll better than I do.
I have a
So,
+6.
you're able to make out these groups of adventurers are going through. I would say with an 11, you don't catch a whole lot other than the medallion is shown, and I wouldn't say 50-50, like 60-40. 40% of the time they do take the medallion and flip the medallion over, and you don't know why. But you do notice that sometimes, like, the adventurers will hold out the medallion, or they'll turn the medallion over, and they're
Okay.
gone. They're like let through.
So I'll whisper to the group.
It looks like they flipped the medallion over. It's possible if we were to do that ourselves, we can make an illusion work, but I don't think it's worth it. I think we need to sneak in based on what I'm seeing.
Evelyn, what you're able to make out as you're watching and reading these lips and you're looking at the conversations had, do you speak Dwarven?
Good question. Do I? Nope.
Okay. So you catch bits and phrases of certain things, as a lot of Dwarven is spoken, but Common is spoken as well. Phrase or two will go by. Looks like he's talking to the other Dwarven guard, and then you catch stop medallion. Turn it over. Okay, pass. Medallion. And he checks each person as they go through the line of each one of the adventurers. And then you catch the group where he took it and turned the medallion over. Medallion. Yes, you need to show me the medallion. Flip it over. Give it here. And he flips the medallion over and looks at it and places it back in his hand. Go. And it's kind of like that. It's very stern, like, show me, get, go. I look
Okay.
like they're moving people through. So.
Okay. So it seems like they're really trying to get people through, and they want you to turn it yourself quickly to get this flow going. So I think if you guys show them a medallion, flip it in your hand quick. That's enough. It seems like he only picked theirs up because they weren't being like fast enough. Like, yeah.
And I think I can do that. I can make a flip. Yeah, let me study mine for a sec. And I'll flip it over a couple times. Yeah, I can do that. So you think that as long as we are the ones that flip it, they won't try and interact with it?
I hope you have really good sleight of hand so that you don't fumble it.
I can make a pretty good image.
But they are checking everyone, so yeah. A good replica that's displayed quickly should be fine, I would think.
Yeah, I can do that. That'll use less magical power than invisibility would. Risky, but beneficial once we were inside.
And if we're caught, then we risk not getting in at all.
Or we could get caught going in invisibly too. I'm looking around, there's not the easiest way past. But you're right, that is less risky. I'm fairly confident in my illusion though.
And just to clarify, on the other side of you, it's not a mine cart. It's kind of like a. I mean, it's a mine cart, but it has like seats in it, and they come up about like chest height. And there's like a seat in the center, and it looks like it sends you off into a mine shaft that takes you somewhere else.
Oh shit.
I have one more thing I want to look at. I need to be within 60 feet of them to cast the spell. So I want to be within 60 feet of whoever is there doing the flip or the illusion of the coin.
Okay.
Based on the direction the guards are facing when they're doing this, would I be less likely to be spotted doing my magic past them or on the outside? Like, if I were to get through, could I kind of, like, would they be turned away from me once I'm through?
They would be, but the guards behind you wouldn't be.
Okay, so maybe it'd be better if I kind of stayed out with, like, outside with the other three and
Probably.
kind of use the cover of the crowd.
Yes.
Okay,
Most
I'll tell the group. I think it's better if someone else goes first. I'll handle the illusion out here, and then the three of us with the actual coins can go through after. That way, if they develop suspicion, by the time they're suspicious, at least the people going through have the actual emblem.
That's not bad. I think that'll work.
Let's get to the mine that we're going to enter. It's mine 5.
Are they in numerical order?
Pretty close. You see an area that says mines 1 through 4, and then they have a mine that's 5 through 10, and then it's like one cart that takes you somewhere that divvies you off.
Gotcha.
Well, who wants to go first?
What do we do about the minecart? If they fill the seats up and we're invisible.
Oh, I think we should start with trying to use the emblem. I can make a pretty good illusion, and if what Nova said or if what Evelyn said is true, I can make it look like it flips over as well.
Alright, let's give it a try then. We won't know until we try.
Now put out your hand.
I'll put out my hand.
Okay, and I'll cast Silent Image. And create an image of an object no larger than 15-foot cube, so an image of the coin will appear in Nova's hand. And
Yep.
I'll be watching. When you're ready to flip it, I'll do a pretty good job of flipping it over for you.
I can use my action to cause the image to move to any spot within range of the image, changes locations. You can alter its appearance so that its movement appears natural for the image.
Yep.
I would like to wild shape into the tiniest little 17 millimeter frog,
Okay.
and I just want someone to like hide me in their cloak.
I will put my hand out to Evelyn,
A little hop in her hand.
and I will gently place her in my cloak pocket.
Okay.
And as long as it looks like everybody's ready, I am going to get into the line.
Takes several moments. But is it just you then?
I mean, we'll
I'm
kind of. I
assuming-
imagine we're all in a line
Yeah.
at this point. Like, I'll have casted the spell out there, and now we're all kind of going forward. That's
Okay.
what I was picturing.
So, not Sophia, dang it. Nova, Axel, and then like the rest of the group?
Oh, you want like marching order?
Kind of.
Yeah, I figured I'd just go
well-
to the front.
Evelyn, you probably would have given your token to somebody to use.
Yeah. Did we procure me one? I couldn't remember.
It was me, you, and Patience, I believe. That
Then
each had
yeah.
one.
I think the point was to give it to like someone like Axel,
Yeah.
because I could just wild shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
So imagine Axel has the silver one.
So then maybe it should be Nova, then KB,
Need the
so that we can get the
illusion.
2 illusions over with.
Yep, that makes sense. So I'll go in first.
Okay, sounds good. Several moments later, you guys find yourself at the front of the line, and you find yourself next to the guard. Token.
I'm gonna quickly hold my hand up with the
Flip it.
token and flip it immediately.
I'll flip it with her hand.
Pass.
I'll quickly
Next.
walk in.
Then I can use my action to cause the image to move to any spot within range, and I'm gonna. It says I can, but I don't have to, so I'm gonna make it just teleport into KB's hand.
Okay. I'm gonna have you do a sleight of hand because you are getting close to the guard at this point, and I
Yeah.
want to see how well you are at like kind of like subtly whatever.
Subtly.
Can
Like
I roll?
yeah,
Can I roll Arcana instead of sleight of hand? Or are you gonna do sleight of hand?
what is the components for minor illusion? Somatic.
So I've already casted the spell.
But what do you
I'm
have
no
to do
longer-
to move it though?
I don't think I have to do anything.
It
Like,
just
I'm
moves.
I think that
Yeah, I'm concentrating on the spell, but I
Okay,
don't believe.
okay.
It's silent image.
Well, I know, but in this is just me in my mind.
I thought I
I'm
heard
like,
you say minor illusion. Sorry.
is that what it said?
I'm using silent image. Yep.
Got it.
So I'm concentrating on the spell.
Okay, and it just says you can just in your mind move it to the next thing.
It says you can use your action to cause the image to move.
Got it. Okay. I'm just thinking like in my mind, like do you have to like move your finger?
Yeah, I'm
or,
looking
like,
up. I'm trying to. I don't think.
I'm going to assume it's literally just in your mind. You're like, okay, move. So we'll go with that unless.
Yeah, I've
Fine.
never heard of anything requiring concentration or a component once the spell is casted.
Okay.
Obviously, if I were to
Sure.
take damage, I would potentially lose concentration.
Correct. So KB, you find yourself standing in front of the person. Token.
hold it up real
Swap.
quick, turn it over,
Okay.
hand back in my pocket.
Pass. Go. Token. Axel.
I'll immediately break concentration because I don't need it anymore.
Axel.
Show it.
Flip it.
Flip it.
Go. Next, whoever. Sophia. Token.
Yeah, I can go next. Yep.
Okay.
I'll
Token.
show them in.
Flip. Go.
Flip.
Patience. Token.
Alright. Flip.
Strip search. Over the side. I'm just kidding. Patience like, oh, wait, hold on, what? All right, sir, we're gonna have to take a moment here to.
Courtesy of
Excuse
Ufred.
me. I'm not a sir.
Oh, you're
Metal
gonna be a
attack.
sir in a second.
Oh my god.
Just gonna have to touch check a couple of hiding locations.
I heard you have a pocket that needs to be searched. You guys are all led through. You guys are kind of standing on the other side, waiting for the rest of your group to come through. There are 4 or 5 guards, and I would say probably like 15 feet stepped back from the main guards that are kind of on the line. You see adventurers that are making their way towards mines 1 through 3. You see adventurers making the way for the mines up. You see some dwarven individuals that look to be kind of miners that are making their way to specific mine type caverns and whatnot. But
I'm
before you,
gonna whisper to the group real quick, before anyone comes up to us, and just be like, if anyone comes up to you and asks to see the token, just quickly put out your hand and I'll cover.
All right.
Will do.
you see the like large, almost trolley-like carts that are sitting at these specific locations. You see the one that kind of points towards 5 through 10.
You said that we see the carts in front of us?
Yep, you see like this trolley-type cart that is on the tracks for 5 through 10.
In the time that we were in line, did anyone ahead of us go to minecart 5?
There was 2 groups, yes.
So would we all fit into? Is there spaces open? Basically, I'm trying to how many seats are in each?
They
cart?
left. Yeah,
Okay.
they already got in, left, and the cart's back.
Okay.
So you don't know where they went.
How many seats are inside carts?
They're large.
Okay.
Think of it as the size of like a horse and buggy.
Okay.
Like they're large, skinny. So they're not like horse and buggy where they're like like a big octagon. It's more like a strip.
Okay.
we could
So
all
I'm thinking
fit.
horse and buggy
Yeah.
is like 3 to 4 people. That's why I wasn't sure.
Yeah, but it's like that, but it's almost like it's like one minecart and then the second one attached to it, and they both have seats in it.
Okay.
Like one on
Well,
each
we have
side.
like 4.501 people.
Yeah.
Would that
Right.
fit into a?
Yes.
All right. I'll get into minecart.
In the very front minecart, there seems to be like a lever.
Perfect. I want to sit right behind the lever.
'Kay.
I'm gonna put my hand on it and have kind of a mischievous grin on my face, like I'm gonna control the minecart.
Maybe you should let me handle it.
What, you don't think I can pull a lever? I can pull a lever.
I do, but yes, I do believe you are capable of it, but I'd rather this be a bit of a no-nonsense endeavor.
Could you please go? The rest of us are waiting to take the carts.
I'll move over and let Axel take the seat.
Disgruntled frog
Yeah.
noises.
Look over to the guy. Shanaroga.
I'm gonna do the
Fucking-
classic
what?
where you flick somebody off, but in a place where they can't see it.
I'll,
Get going then.
I'll operate the lever.
Sounds good. You slowly kind of lurch it forward, and you feel the whole minecart begin to take off as KB is. No, I'm just kidding. The minecart takes off down the shaft, and immediately you are greeted with almost like an amusement park when you go on the roller coasters and you go like through the dip down. It's just like that, just like a circular, and there's like little lamps every, I would say, like 25 feet or something like that, and you're
For point
going
of
pretty quick.
clarity,
Yes.
as we started moving, I would have put my hand in my pocket and took Evelyn into my hand, just to ensure she doesn't like fly out or something. So I'll actually hold her in my hand.
Sounds good. And then as you're going, you do hear from the little minecart right below the lever that goes back and forth. Now approaching mine 5.
And I'll get ready to stop.
Okay.
I've been on the CTA. I know how this goes.
All of a sudden you do see up ahead and approaching rapidly like a lit up chamber.
Start to pull it back slightly.
You start to slow down, and as you do, you stop in this open, not like a I mean, like whatever you would call like a stone grotto. Like it opens up into like a half shoe kind of like donut shaped opening, and you see this like large empty like shaft, and there's like a big wooden planks over the front of it, and it says closed. Mine shaft 5. Closed temporarily due to monster infestation and loss of contract.
I will
Ribbit?
exit the cart.
Does it let us?
Okay.
Does it stop though?
Yeah, he pulled the stop lever.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You guys begin to exit. Upon exiting, if the cart has served its purposes, please put back into a neutral stand so I may return.
Did the other team get off as well?
So I'm waiting to hear. I'm assuming
Yeah,
everybody's
we'll get
getting
Yeah,
off.
I got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
So everybody's climbing
Well, I thought
out
we were
of
all in
the
the
tunnel.
same. I thought we were all in the same minecart.
You kind of. It's like 2 connected ones. It's
Gotcha,
all
yeah.
one. But yes, you guys
Yeah, look it
all
up.
exit the mine, kind of standing in this little thing here, and it rattles off that. As you slide the lever back into neutral, the cart begins to roll back the way that you guys just came from.
Well, here we are.
what's the lighting like in here? Is it
Where you are right now, well lit.
Mhm. okay?
Yeah, well lit.
Lit?
Two magic. Yeah, right. Two
Right
magical.
off of the minecart track. It's like the track itself is lit up, kind of like a subway tunnel.
A little bit. Yep. And as you guys exit, it's kind of like a subway station. There's 2 magical sconces to your left and to your right, and they're pretty bright.
Hmm.
But straight ahead of you, pitch black.
Dark vision.
It's a mine shaft.
Ribbit.
I will put Nova down, or Evelyn down.
Scared frog noises.
And then I'm
Instantly.
gonna like wait. I'm gonna mind link with her, as after I put her down. Do you want to stay as a frog for now, or did you want to shift back?
Do you think it's safe to shift back?
If you want to wait, you can stay like this, and I'll just keep you in my pocket.
Yeah, I'll stay. I'll stay in your pocket for now.
Okay, I'll pick her back up and put her back in my pocket. Scared frog noises. Proceeding forward into mineshaft.
Okay, mine shaft currently
Hold
is
up.
boarded over.
Oh
Yep.
shit. I'll stop.
Did you stop because it was boarded up or because I said so?
Because you said so.
Okay. Before we do anything, he sort of walks ahead a few steps and takes his greatsword out and taps it against the ground a few times. Turns to face everyone. It's time for a bit of a zoology lesson.
Sophia rolls her eyes.
Ribbit?
You got a problem?
Yeah, Axel.
I'm gonna look. I'll just meet your eyes and go ahead.
I figure since the four of you have lived farther up north, you probably don't know what we're up against, so I should inform you. Information is one of the major proponents of success, after all.
Can frogs nod? I nod.
Yeah, so for the information session, I'm going to have Nova, or I keep calling you Nova, have Evelyn out on my hand, and I'll be holding my hand up so that she has she can view and listen.
Based on the somewhat credible intel I've received, we're going to be going up against bullets and basilisks. Former is a common occurrence in the wastelands. Latter, not so much, but you encounter a few where they tend to graze. Bullets are incredible burrowers. They, back home, we call them land sharks for a reason. They can swim through ground as easily as a fish swims through water. So, whenever you get into a wide open area, check the walls, ceiling, and floor for recently worked over earth. Basilisks, we call them stone skulkers, are a bit of a tricky thing. They're not very tough, but the annoying part about them is their gaze. They have these smoky blue-green eyes. If you look at them, they can attempt to petrify you.
Ooh.
I will salute him. A frog salute.
From what I have experienced, its effective range is about a stone's throw. Of course, there are other ways to work around it. You could just not look at them as you're attacking, but of course, it makes them a little bit harder to hit. And from what I've gathered, we should be encountering some nests deeper in. That's where I'm going to be counting on you. And he points towards the frog.
Ribbit?
I assume you have knowledge in these sorts of things, and you can tell us how close the eggs are to hatching.
I'm going to mind link with Evelyn as he asks this question so that she can answer me.
Ginger? Do I have any of this knowledge?
For
I think he wants to know about eggs and hatching.
No.
No. I know a lot about plants, not a lot about eggs.
Well, you know,
What
I mean,
check would that be, Jen?
eggs. It'd be like a nature check.
Oh.
I mean,
I mean, I think I'm proficient. Maybe not.
you aren't. I mean, when I say no, you aren't proficient in like the hatching or egg laying habits of a bullet, but there's a ton of creatures in the forest around Luktar that you're familiar with hatching eggs, egg laying, just not the habits of a bullet, or a basilisk, for that matter.
So I wouldn't be able to tell how close they are to hatching or not.
Yeah, you would.
Oh, that's what he's asking, I think.
Oh, well then, roll a nature check. I mean, it'll be a nature check when you go to examine said thing.
Okay.
You know,
I'll help her when she does.
Yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you meant like, does she know about the egg laying habits of the bullet? But my bad. I got too invested. So continue. I'm sorry.
Then, yeah, I know enough about eggs. I could probably look at them.
So I would explain, or I would confirm with Axel that she's aware.
Good. That'll make my side gig a little bit easier and a little bit less risky. I think that's everything. The three of you will just keep my information in mind. Okay?
You got it.
I'm gonna try and climb on Nova's shoulder.
I'll help her onto my shoulder. I have a pet frog.
Ribbit.
I'm gonna give her head a little pet, like run my finger on the top of her head.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
So the way is shut because it is warded. Ginge, correct? You said it is warded.
It's not warded, it's boarded.
Oh, I thought you said
Boarded
warded.
up.
That's why
No,
I was
no.
confused. Okay.
Boarded up.
I would have noticed it was boarded.
Boarded up, closed off, caution tape, like that type stuff.
Okay, got it.
It's just boarded with wood.
From what you can tell.
And probably right as Axel's speech was coming to an end, Sophia would have kind of drifted off to the side and would end the speech by firing a firebolt directly at the board.
Okay.
And so as Axel stops talking, there would just be a loud blunt of wood as fire strikes in. Sophia's clearly not paying attention and strikes the wood with a firebolt.
As you are having the conversation and kind of finishing up the wrap of it, all of a sudden you just... and the whole front of the cave kind of explodes as the boards kind of splinter and are now kind of smoking and catching fire a little bit.
Corvel! Are you trying to alert everyone that we're here?
Well, I'm trying to get our way in, not just stand about and talking.
Maybe express a little bit more subtlety?
Fine, next time I'll let you do it. Oh, knowledgeable leader.
And Sophia's gonna put her head down against the ground and kind of walk back and just let the opening to the cave present itself.
Patience looks at Sophia. Proud.
As some of the
Just
charred pieces
nodding,
of board
nodding.
fall away, is there any more that need to be removed?
I mean, not more than like a second or two of you taking your hand or your sword and just kind of like knocking them out of the way. That's about
Yeah.
it. Enough to be annoying.
I'll move them out of the way, and once everyone is prepared, start heading down.
I will follow.
I'm ready.
Ribbit.
Hey yo.
So,
I'll follow up
as
with
you-
patience.
Another map.
as you
Well,
walk
let's go.
into the mine shaft, you walk into a semi-lit place you can tell has not been gone into for some time, and the torches that are around do not have no flames. It looks to be like they're magical lamps that have just kind of been left down here to rot with the age. As you open up into kind of a used and run down mine area, where at some point people were in often, you see notebooks and paper that's faded with years of, months, you're unsure of non-usage. You see food that is spoiled and gone bad. You see other things that have kind of evaporated and gone away. You see some skeletons and some other things kind of around, and you look into the bean mine only to see a whole lot of dust and dust bunnies and cobwebs and whatnot. And unfortunately, that is where we're going to end our night. As we have a little hiatus, people, because I'm going on a vacay and I plan on checking out. When we get
You've
back,
earned it.
Well deserved.
Well
the
deserved.
You've been putting up with some bullshit at work.
yeah, I'm
lately, it
very
sounds like.
excited to check out. My work phone is staying here.
Oh,
It's gonna fall
100%.
apart.
It ain't fucking going with me. My boss was even like, "Well, you could just take it and like answer emails accordingly," and I'm like, "Nah,
Nah.
ain't bringing that.
Nah.
No,
Uh-uh.
Nah, dude.
I'm off the grid. No
Vacay.
way."
I don't understand how people can like do that or expect that of other people. It's like
Corporate lifestyle, dude.
It's
That's
like
a lot of
Yeah.
big businesses are like that.
people have no boundary between like work and the rest of their life. Like their life is work. I don't get it, man. Like
Yeah.
if
No,
I'm off the clock, I am off the clock. Y'all
Yeah.
cannot reach me for nothing.
when I'm there, I 100% I'm invested. I'm not
Oh yeah.
there.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
done.
Oh yeah.
No,
when
no,
you're
I'm
there,
out.
when you're there, like yeah, I'll answer work emails, but second
Yeah,
you log
my
out.
manager. My
Unless you're
manager's
like
super
on
good.
call for something, nah.
My manager's super good. He obviously lets us do it too, but we just put, hey, we don't have any ability to contact for like whatever time we're out. But
yeah.
like a lot of like the higher ups in my company will literally have their phones on them the entire time they're gone. And
They
it's like a
expect
mix.
the-
Like some people are like some higher ups are like, yep, I'm totally off the grid.
Good night,
and others
Evelyn.
are like, my phone's available 24/7. Like I don't understand. Like
No, it's my uppers expect the same thing of us, and I'm kind of like,
no,
when
that's
I'm here,
bullshit. That's bullshit.
when I'm here, yeah, I have my phone on me. That's not a problem at all. I'm the manager. I understand that. I get that. But if I'm on vacation, my work phone stays here. I come back to a lot of missed calls and a lot of missed emails, and my boss gets like, my boss is fine, but my boss's boss will get a little huffy, and I'm just like, I'm on PTO. Ain't shit you can do about it. I
No,
can't get I can't get in trouble for that. I get paid 8 to 5. I'm salary. I when I'm off, I'm off. I've told you guys that
any
before.
boss worth their shit fights for their employees to at least be able to take days off without having to.
My boss, my direct boss, is awesome like that. He doesn't expect that. It's my boss's boss, like you said, the higher up people that are like
Yeah.
they're like all the time.
Yeah.
My phone is on them. They actually don't. I have it separate. I have a personal phone and then I have my work cell phone. Their phone
Right.
is one thing. Their work and personal cell phone is all one thing, so they don't miss phone calls. And I'm
Part of
like,
me
"They're
feels like the
fucking fine with that."
higher ups don't do much other than just answer emails,
Yeah.
and that's why they're totally fine doing it on vacation because it's
Pretty
like they don't
much.
really need
That's all
a
they do
break.
anyways.
It's like
Exactly.
their life's a break. So
Yeah.
But thank you for coming to the stream tonight. You will find the group in a mine when you come back. For the time being, maybe one of these beautiful people here will take over and throw together a little one-shotter or something fun.
I do kind of have a plan.
we might
There
be
you go.
playing some Lancer. If anyone
Yeah.
wants to hear about a new system.
Yeah, I think
Well,
Opposite of D&D.
I think I've talked about it. We could
have.
talk after the stream is done here in a sec.
Yeah.
But-
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate you for being here. We'll see you next week, Wednesday. No. We'll see. I guess I shouldn't say.
Yeah, up to you guys.
This campaign
Depends
is
on, depends on
indefinitely.
if we.
This campaign is definitely on hold for 2 to 3 weeks.
Mhm.
But we may
A
or may
DM
not
will be chilling in the Canary Islands, but we might be here.
We may or
Canary
may not
Islands.
be
I thought you
here.
were going to Hawaii.
Oahu.
Okay, yeah, that's not the Canary Islands, Michael.
Well, tropical
Alright.
island.
It's tropical.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Love you,
We
bitches.
may or may not
Valid.
see you next week, 8:30
Peace.
Central. Everybody have a great weekend. Be safe, be kind, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you
Bye-bye.
at the table.